football here on HBCU Go. And what a season we have in store for you. We can't wait. And to say that we can't wait, that's an understatement. Yeah. But when you look at these two teams, Virginia Union and Kentucky State, they've been playing against each other. And when I say each other, in-house, as far as the camp is concerned, for the last month. Now they're ready to hit somebody on another team.
They are ready to hit somebody. I'm ready to rock and roll with you for this new season, Charlie. And I'll tell you, we know what's happening today. Jada Byers, they will be keeping an eye on the Virginia Union superstar. We'll be watching him all day, who over the last 3 years has proven to be one of, if not the best running back in all of Division II football, rolling up over 4,000 yards on the ground. And let me drop this stat on you, Charlie. Whenever they get him the ball at least 25 times, 25 carries in a game, the Panthers have not lost a single football game. They're a perfect 11-0. So we know today, Jada Byers, a.k.a. Lethal Weapon 3, will be getting that rock early and often. He's a force of nature.
No question about it. The third member of our team is Laurencia Moten. She has more on this Kentucky State Thoroughbred team. Laurencia.
Yeah, you guys, last year, Coach Felton Huggins Jr. didn't get a full offseason to recruit, causing a bit of a gap, which is actually their team motto, closing that gap. And GAP to them stands for grit, attitude, and preparation. So now this season, with some more key pieces added to the roster, a hand-curated roster, plus more coaching experience, he's confident that they'll be able to live up to their team mantra.
Well, it's the first ever meeting between Virginia Union and Kentucky State. And we'll be back with the opening kickoff from Frankfort, Kentucky in just a moment. It's an intersectional matchup, CIAA against the SIAC.
Let's go.
All right, let's run that again.
Geico has fast fair claims 24/7 right on the Geico app.
To file a claim, just tap.
Just tap right here to upload pictures, customer.
Try getting on a first name basis.
Sure. Vicky.
To track your status, just click. Super easy.
They're connecting with the mannequins.
You're doing great, everyone.
Ooh, you're a pro.
Scroll, tap, scroll. Ouch! Oh, I'm cramping.
Yeah, we've all been there.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
I overdid it. Like a showboat, I just overdid it.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy.
That's me.
Could we get a selfie?
Of course.
Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account. Ooh, that's a keeper.
So, what do you do outside of the Capital One Cafe?
What do you mean?
Like when you go home or...
Sleep tight. Don't let the overdraft fees bite. What's in your wallet?
It's a big match for the National Women's Soccer League, and only the best will win.
Just blaze Godzilla bankroll. Some silly on, yo, I ain't got it all. That means I'm barely home. Trailblazers, stay rolling with vengeance. My arts is crafty. Dogs, why I stuck with Laffy Taffy, wondering. Get past me, I've been doing this before. Now it's dropping nasty.
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities, bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Tuskegee University Golden Tigers take on the Grambling State Tigers Saturday, September 7th, 7/6 Central. Watch on HBCUGo.tv.
Pull in the same direction. Let's be the most excited team on the field. Here we go. John, get a close gap on me. Brad Different on 6.
I don't even know who won the toss.
Brad Different on 6. 1, 2, 3. Close gap. 4, 5, 6. Brad Different. Let's go.
It's time to get it on, Charlie Neal.
Yes, sir. Let's do it, man.
They're fired up in that locker room. We're fired up here in the booth. Well, Charlie, hey, let's talk a little bit about the weather right now. They have that potential. There's some lightning in the forecast. Of course, HBCU Go, owned by Allen Media Group, which also owns the Weather Channel. So we've been keeping a close eye on all this weather out here. It looks like some clouds. Been getting a little lightning, but clear right now.
Well, it's going to be important, and of course, if there's a delay or any lightning in the area, the 8-mile radius, they will hold the game up for at least 30 minutes.
Shut it down to be safe.
That's right, for everybody. So we had one a little earlier, maybe a couple hours ago, we had a little lightning strike, but right now it looks like everything's a go.
It's a perfect day for football, man. That little cloud cover keeping that sun off the bodies because we know it's hot on that turf down here. So we like the clouds, don't want the rain.
So Kentucky State won the toss. They deferred. They'll get the ball to start the second half. But right now, Virginia Union. The next, Larry Hackey, who's back to receive this one. He's going to call for a fair catch. It goes out of the end zone, and it'll be brought out to the 25-yard line. So the first possession of the afternoon goes over to Virginia Union University. Let's check out our starting lineups. Brought to you by Ford, built Ford proud. First of all, you're talking about Virginia Union on offense. You know, they have a pretty good offensive line. Their offensive line comes in at about 295 pounds.
I like that beef up front.
Yeah, you've got to have beef up front. No question about it. Of course, their quarterback is R.J. Rosales. Leader, thinks he can make every play, as Coach told us earlier this week.
Gotta love the attitude.
Yeah. Takes over for Christian, who was there last year, who had 1,900 yards and 13 touchdowns. And, of course, we know Jada Byers is in the backfield beside his quarterback. And, of course, it goes to Byers on the first play. And he gets a good yard still, first down, 11 yards on the first run of the game by Jada Byers.
That's how he does it, Charlie. They get him the rock. He puts on his hard hat, has his lunch pail every game. That's why I call him Lethal Weapon 3. Last season averaged about 120 yards per game. The last couple of seasons, he was in over 1,000 yards. He is a beast. Give him the ball, he will deliver.
One of the things that the offensive coordinator told us a little bit about is they're going to get him out in space a little more this year.
Going down, uh-oh.
Intercepted right away. And coming back with it for Kentucky State is Trevon Pope. And Pope is in the end zone. Did he make it? Did he knocked out at the one?
Charlie Neal, how about that to start the game?
Knocked out at the one.
We just had a chance to talk to him this week. He likes to do it, and we have a flag, unfortunately, on the play. We'll see if this one comes back.
So this is an interception that Pope brings back 55 yards, knocked out before he hit the goal line at about the 4-yard line. But more importantly, as the officials talk it over, Lou Sutan is our referee.
Yeah, Trevon Pope, he is one of those cats that you want on the field as a defensive coordinator. Last year, led the team in tackles, 54 tackles, had 2 interceptions, 3-year starter. So he's a force over there, a leader, and he showed it on that first play. He sniffed out that pass, snatched it, and took it back.
It looks like he called something like a personal foul against Virginia Union.
After the return.
On the return, right.
So here it is, Charlie. Look, Rosales looking to go deep, but Pope was right place, right time. He smelled this one last year, we said. Had a couple of interceptions. Starts his season, second play of the game. Snatches one, sets up his offense.
Denham Johnson is the quarterback for Kentucky State. He is a senior, 5'10", 110-pound senior, 150-pound senior, I should say. Is first and goal for the Kentucky State Thoroughbreds right now. Denham Johnson has become a leader for this Thoroughbred team. He's become more vocal this year, Coach is telling us.
Yes, he challenged him, wanted him to step up a little bit, use his talent, but also his voice to be a leader on the field. He said this kid can make a lot of things happen. He wants him to be that leader. The team has been following him.
In the backfield is Jalen Middleton, freshman out of Houston, Texas. Out of the I formation. And it goes to Middleton.
There he
is. Middleton's in the... Did they call it? No. Stop short.
That was a nice hit
Shamar Graham. Front. Yeah, Shamar Graham with the stop defensively.
His momentum. Cole.
Looked like he was going to go ahead and standing up.
Yeah. Middleton, though, as you said, the freshman coming in there, trying to pound it forward. Looked like he was going to get it. Kept the legs pumping, but no. They shut him down.
He ran for 1,400 yards in high school. And there's Middleton again on the carry, and he loses yards on this one as Jabril Norman came up to make the stop defensively, the grad student out of Salisbury, North Carolina.
Charlie, great swarming defense here. This is what their experience shows. Virginia Union returns 9 starters on the defensive side of the ball.
They do.
That's what they do. They're comfortable. They're confident. It's early in the season. These guys know how to play.
This Thoroughbred team ranked 7th in the preseason polls in the SIAC. Trip receivers at the bottom of your screen. Third and goal. Looking over the sideline, Denham Johnson. Felton Huggins, the head coach, calls the signals also. And there's a pass, wide open. He got it, touchdown. goes right into the hands of Markel Cotton, the grad student out of Franklinton, Louisiana. He had 6 receptions a year ago, and he put 6 points on the board for the Thoroughbreds.
Charlie, you know second-year head coach Felton Huggins. He was a wide receiver in college, wide receiver in the NFL. You know he is excited. He said, we're coming with our air raid attack this year. And Markel Cotton just slips behind the defenders. Really an easy pitch and catch right there. Put it over the defenders. I give Denham Johnson a lot of credit for putting just enough arc in there to get it to Cotton. 6 points, ring it up. Thoroughbreds on the board.
No question. Landon Glover on to attempt the point after. Freshman out of Palm Coast, Florida. The kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 is our score early on here in the first quarter. And, of course, the Thoroughbreds taking advantage of a miscue by Virginia Union. The interception brought back, and they put it in. 3 plays from the 4-yard line.
Trayvon Pope, then Cotton. Easy money, Charlie. Back on HBCU Go right after this.
Howdy, welcome to Dallas.
Okay.
Pickleball fans, the wait is over because Pickleball TV is here. It's a new network from Tennis Channel with unrivaled live coverage of every event, featuring the world's best pros and mind-blowing rallies, plus world-class instruction.
Challenge yourself and make it a little harder.
It's Pickleball 24/7 all year long.
Unreal! Fire up the replay!
PBTV, available now on Local Now.
I have to put my mask on.
Okay, great. Let's go.
Pets.tv, a place where people are passionate about their pets. Right, guys? Celebrate your furry family member with TV's favorite pet channel. Enjoy some special doggy treats.
Hi, Pet.
The information you need.
This is Rover. He's looking for a home. Somebody's gonna adopt them for sure.
And more pet-friendly places. You're so cute. Here on Pets.tv.
Check your local listings.
Pattern is dedicated to everyone who seeks to explore the world in new ways, share in its challenges and triumphs, and celebrate its most amazing moments. So join us on our mission to be informed and inspired. Look for Pattern in the Channel Guide, here on Local Now.
For the full HBCU Go experience, and join us as we amplify Black excellence.
Don Kelly, Larissa Bowden, our HBCU Go game, and of course Kentucky State taking advantage of a miscue by Virginia Union. They bring an interception back down the field. Trayvon Pope takes it down to the 2-yard line, and they take it in on 3 plays, and they lead it 7-0.
Well, Charlie, is the underdog, the home team, a team with not as much experience as the team they're battling against. That is exactly how you want to start a new season. You build some momentum, early confidence, because early going, it's all about rhythm. It's about finding that kind of magic that you hope to by the middle to end of the season. But once you get that momentum, it's contagious. So that kind of start, a turnover by Virginia Union, big time for the Thoroughbreds.
Fair catch called for. It goes in and out of the end zone off of the hands of Kyron Thomas. So it'll be brought out to the 25. Second possession of the afternoon for the Virginia Union Panthers. Let's look at the defense for this Kentucky State team. Last year, this was a team that was 2-6 as far as conference play is concerned, and 3-7 overall. And they lost some key people on defense. They lost Jimmy Edmonds. They lost Jeremiah Owens. They lost Joshua Johnson. And they've switched the defense a little bit. When Coach came in, they were running like a 4-3-4. Now they're running a 4-2-5. It makes a difference, right?
Yeah, there's the man right there who came up with that big INT, Trayvon Pope. Trayvon is such a good young man, and we've got some stories to tell about him during this game.
So second possession. And straight ahead is Byers. for a couple of yards. Give him about 3-4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 as Pope was there to make the stop defensively. Senior out of Atlanta, Georgia. Quite a story on him. And we'll be talking about that as we go through this afternoon.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Byers racked up nearly 2,000 yards, over 1,900. Today, Charlie, you saw him before the game and said, how many are you going to get? You going to get 200 today?
250.
I think he said 250. He's ready to roll. That defense on that one, though, shutting him down.
Back to pass. Rosales lets it go, has it complete on the, and going downfield and running out of bounds after the reception is Ricky Key Jr., senior, redshirt junior, rather, out of Newport News, Virginia, gain of 16 on the play.
Yeah, Charlie, this is what we talked to Coach Alvin Parker about. When you got a back like Jada Byers, you can fake it to him, get the defense swinging that way, and then wide open. It will open up opportunities for Ricky Key Jr. as other receivers for R.J. Rosales to find all day. They will key on Jada. They'll take advantage of it.
This time, going up top again.
At him.
Had a man wide open coming across the middle of the field. Again, it was Ricky Key, the man who caught the previous pass, and this quarterback Rosales just missed it.
Yeah, you know how it is, Charlie. I mentioned it earlier. Early in the season, you got to see if you have a rhythm. And that first couple of passes, sometimes you're on, sometimes you're not. So I expect that to pick up as this game goes. But that one, he had a few steps. Key was wide open. Rosales just couldn't put it on him.
They lost Saeed Sidibe, who was a wide receiver for them from a year ago, who had 33 receptions. And here we go, keeping it on the ground is Rosales. And Rosales scrambles forward. And he's brought down by Trevor Vines. Big spin move.
Yeah, Rosales here. That Coach says he's one of his strengths is thinks he can do everything. His weakness is he thinks he can do everything. But on that play, he found the opening, the little spinorama to get the extra yards. You love a mobile quarterback. If you got the arms and the leg, you're a lethal threat.
3rd and 1 after the 9-yard run by the junior from Immokalee High School in Immokalee, Florida. Christian Ridge was the quarterback a year ago that took them to the CIAA championship. Here's Byers.
There he is.
First down, and he's
talking.
gone. 41 yards, touchdown, Virginia Union.
Charlie
They get 46 yards.
Charlie Neal, you know when a defense is king and they say, hey, Byers is going to get the ball all day. They still give it to Byers. Byers still gets his yards and takes it to the house. He's confident. He's a solid runner. And his big guys up front, look at them blow this hole open. Look like they're using dynamite out there. Jada Byers off and running. That's how you make it happen. But that's when you go back and you give some love to your lineman. That was a big hole, big opening. He's got speed, will travel.
That was a 3rd and 1 situation.
Short yardage turns into big yardage.
It looked like they are going to kick it. I thought at first they were going to go for 2.
Yeah, some
kind of early,
on that
isn't it?
shift over there, keeping everybody off balance.
Brady Myers is the kicker. He's a junior out of Orlando, Florida. And this one is up, and it is good. And we're all tied at 7 apiece. Byers with the 46-yard touchdown run. Let's look at what he has done. He had quite a few touchdowns rushing a year ago, and he continues to pile on to his career lead.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back. Now with Sky Rizzy, I'm all in with clearer skin.
Things are getting clearer. I feel free to bear my skin, yeah, that's on me. Nothing is everything. Whoa.
With Sky Rizzy, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months, and most people were clearer even at 5 years. Sky Rizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Sky Rizzy, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
What's up, y'all? I'm Terrence J, and we're back for another ride with the Discover the Unexpected Fellowship. And this year, the fellows are taking over. Chevrolet is taking 10 HBCU students on an epic journey. So to flex their journalistic skills in the Chevy Trax. So be sure to follow the journey, because we're about to discover the unexpected.
AT&T is committed to supporting HBCUs and connecting the next generation of leaders to greater possibility. When I think of dreaming in Black, I think of dreaming as if I'm dreaming for all the generations that came before me.
AT&T Rising Future Makers gave me the opportunity to connect with people who have the same goals and ambition that I do. We are the AT&T Rising Future Makers. Connecting changes everything.
1, 2, seal, ziplock and a move. 3, 4, slide and store. 5, 6, toss and mix. 7, 8, let it shake.
The only bag with the Easy Guide seal. Ziploc. Unlock life. SC Johnson.
The best free streaming service is here. Local Now has everything you need with the channels you love.
This is a game changer.
Local news, national news, TV, and more. Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
Welcome back to HBCU Go. Virginia Union taking on Kentucky State, and this is the man that you're watching all day long, Jada Byers. He is a lethal threat touching the ball. He just makes things happen. But watch his line here. They pull here, blow this line open, and I can tell you right now, this kind of area to run, I think, Charlie, you might have been able to take that rock to the house.
Yeah, at least got 1 yard out of it.
You would have got something. But Jada Byers, he gets those hard yards. He knows how to work it. But when you give him an opening, he runs for daylight and the lightning. So that's the way to start. And Charlie, before the game, we just mentioned that. He said, look, I'm not going for 200 today. I'm going for 250. Right now, he's almost to 100, 5 carries into the game. It's going to be a big one. But he's always a threat.
He came into the game leading 92 yards for a record. It set the school record for yards in his career, and he needs 92 yards, so he's on point to make that happen.
And he's on point to possibly go over 5,000. If he does what he does, he's already at 4,000 plus. He will be over the 5,000 mark and lead that school record, put it in the history books.
The kick long, fielded at the 5-yard line, and back upfield on Kentucky State, bringing it up was Roscoe Parrish. William Davis there to make the stop defensively, a 17-yard game. Let's look at the Thoroughbreds offense. This is a line that averages 291 yards, and they have some real behemoths up there, especially number 72, the right tackle, Devontae Taylor. We're calling the quiet assassin.
Yes,
so watch him. I mean, he's a big kid.
That.
They say he's 6'4". He looks bigger than that.
Yeah, I'm going to call this line the Wendy's line because we know where the beef is.
No question. 11:03, that's the time remaining here in the first quarter of play. We're all tied at 7 apiece.
Running up the scoreboard here.
We are. So, second possession for Kentucky State. The first came after an interception by Pope. Here's Johnson back to pass. Being chased and finally runs out of bounds at about the 25, 26-yard line.
Yeah,
Gain of 3.
Yeah, Charlie, what I like and see from Denham Johnson early in this game is he's being patient. He could have tried to fire it off or maybe got a pick, but he was waiting. Took a look, did not see anything, picked up some yards, got to the outside, but held on to the ball. So education, experience, he'll get that as the season goes, but right now already showing he looks like a veteran.
When Felton Huggins came in as the new head coach last year, he changed the offense. They were a triple option type of team. And he said, hey, we got to do something different this year, and we're going to a spread. And he's an air raid type of guy. He likes to put the ball in the air. Let's look at Virginia Union's starting lineup presented by Ford. We look at the 4. Well, they're looking at 3-2-5 or 3-4-5, depending on how you want to look at it. There's the secondary of Virginia Union. Of course, Melendez calls the defensive signals for the secondary, and Graham makes the defensive calls for the linebackers in the line. It is 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Charlie, I like what they have on this Virginia Union defense. Again, a lot of experience, 9 starters back. That Isaac Anderson, number 9, watch him on the edge. He makes plays happen.
In trouble is Denham Johnson, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Back inside the 25, and it's Mike Jones, the transfer out of Catawba. One of the new faces in that lineup for Virginia Union.
And Charlie, what we saw right there is one of the many reasons Dr. Alvin Parker, the head coach for Virginia Union, he sleeps well at night because he's got experience. They were going through practices, doing what they need to do, and they don't sweat it because they've been here. They played last season, won a CIAA championship, but they've got something to prove. They went into that first round, got knocked out early. They hit the gym that next Monday. They've been thinking about this game and this season for a long time.
He signed 19 new faces, 14 from the state of Virginia, and that's pretty good.
That's right. Add that power, and it's redemption time. They want to get past just the championship, which they have on their schedule, by the way.
Glover,
I like that move.
Glover to punt it away. Good high kick. Byers said he wanted to return punts this year. And I was asking Coach, why would you put your high-price running back there to return punts? But
you know what? Here's why I would.
it.
Because that kid knows how to find the end zone, and he gets yardage. But you're right. You might risk that. But I'm telling you, when you've got somebody that talented, you want to get the ball to them as often as possible. And if he's up for it, energized to return punts, yeah, man, I'll let him run all day. I say, take it, young brother. Take us to the house.
So the third possession, actually, of the afternoon for the Panthers of Virginia Union. They'll start this time right at their own 30-yard line. First drive started at the 25, and they threw an interception that was brought back by Pope 55 yards to the 3 or 2-yard line. And again, their second possession, Byers with the 46-yard run. So that's where we stand right now. Jada Byers, 61 rushing yards right now. He's 9 away from moving into second place all time at Virginia Union. There's Byers again, bouncing.
Look at that.
There he goes.
See,
there he goes.
That is what he does, Charlie.
And he's across midfield down to the 49-yard line of Kentucky State.
Charlie, Jada Byers, he's just slippery, slimy, grimy, just making it happen out here. Bounced off his own guy, found some daylight, brought it back to the other side, and he was free. Jada Byers doing what Jada Byers does, and that's get yards.
21 yards on that carry. So he keeps inching closer to that mark, and he has the ball in his hands once again.
Look at him.
But good tackle that time. Good defensive tackle brought down by Isaiah Clay, the cornerback out of Newark, New Jersey, came up and make the stop.
And Charlie,
6-yard gain.
I can promise you that's not easy. You got Jada Byers coming at you, a guy who's the Mr. Money Man. He took him down one-on-one. Jada, had he juked and gone outside, would have taken it all the way, but good job by Isaiah Clay shutting down the monster.
Jada has gone to the sideline now. Curtis Allen has come in to replace him.
He's a good back.
He certainly is. He's a junior out of Petersburg, Virginia. Ran for 155 yards against Fayetteville State in that rain monsoon last year.
Yeah, they set Jada down.
He certainly did, and this young man, Curtis Allen, picked it up.
And that's just great for their offense. Again, they have 8 returning starters on offense, and when you have a running back like Jada Byers and a backup like Curtis Allen, that makes R.J. Rosales have all kinds of openings, so they'll be able to fake it to their backs, and they're going to start putting it in the air, too, so we should see some balance coming up.
Ball resting inside the 40 at the 39-yard line of Kentucky State. It is first down and 10 for the Panthers of Virginia Union. And here comes the quarterback.
Wide open.
Rosales. Wide open down the field is Reginald Vick, and he puts it in 39 yards.
Charlie, he had time for a coffee, donuts, and a little nap out there. He took off. It was a blown coverage. He had his hand out 5 yards down the field saying, nobody's here. RJ, put it up, brother. And he does. Look at this. All day long, I mean, it's a waltz into the end zone. So a tough blown coverage for Kentucky State. Wide open and huge for the Panthers of Virginia Union.
Virginia Union going out in front right now after falling behind 7-0. Reggie Vick, the sophomore out of Wendell, North Carolina, went to East Wake High School. They call him a stud.
He is a stud.
He can really get it done.
He just proved it right there. Stone cold Reginald Vick Jr.
Glover make that Myers with the point after for Virginia Union, and it's 14-7.
We got a good one, Charlie Neal.
Well, I'll tell you, when you look at Jada Byers and what he's been able to do, and then Rosales putting it up in the air, watch
got it
out.
all. It's going to be a party, brother.
No question. 14-7 is our score.
This hurricane season, good heavens, absolute punishment.
Every second counts.
You don't want to be on an interstate with heavy tropical downpours.
America's most trusted news network is putting your safety first with minute-by-minute coverage, keeping you ahead of the storm.
This is a dangerous hurricane.
Receive instant information from our team of meteorologists and landfall cams that bring you every angle on our TV app. This hurricane season, protecting America, only on the Weather Channel.
Well, since I haven't heard any of the evidence, that kind of a horse trade is strictly up to you, Mr. Mason.
Well, the evidence I can present is certainly going to have a tremendous effect on public opinion. And that will make it much more difficult to impanel an unbiased, impartial jury when the time comes. No deals, Hamilton. I know you would rather not show your hand for the benefit of the newspapers, but since my client has the right to a hearing, I think we'll take a look at the cards.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings.
The truth is, HBCU Go football does it big.
Go! Zone touchdown.
Big time catches. Wow. Big hits.
That's how we do it, son. Go get some.
And big moments.
On his way. Touchdown, no flags.
This fall, go big or go home.
That's what I tell y'all.
Watch on HBCUGo.tv.
Climate science, sustainable solutions, Earth champions. Come check us out on Pattern, misspelled on purpose. If you don't know, now you know.
Go to that. Tell us.
Back here in Frankfort, Kentucky, and we have a 14-7 ball game with 6:32 remaining in the first quarter of play. And for more on Kentucky State, let's go down to a sideline and Laurencia Moten. Laurencia.
Yeah, you guys. Well, on Virginia Union, I'm right here by them. Every team has a motto and a phrase that they all stand by. And for them, it's play for 11. Now, as we know, only 11 players on offense and 11 players on defense. So it reminds them to play for each other. It's on the back of their shirts when they warm up. It's on their truck. It's everywhere. Play for 11 is what they stand by, and it's what's driving them this entire season.
Got to play for each other, right?
Yeah, man.
You've been
I love that attitude. That's right. As a team, when you can build your own tribe, that community, and you guys buy into it, and Laurencia knows that too, being a former athlete and basketball player, that's what takes you next level. Talent's great, skills, and winning games. But when you have that extra layer in there, I love what they preach. Dr. Alvin is making it happen. Dr. Alvin Parker, this team is trying to make sure this season is the season they take it into the playoffs deep.
So Myers with the kickoff and being brought out. And a good run across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A return of 25 yards. Shamar Graham there defensively to make the stop on special teams. So good field position for Kentucky State to start their drive here, their third possession of the afternoon. Well, they must have had did they have a penalty? They're moving the ball back. No, they didn't. I'm sorry. Thought they were moving it back. So the ball will be spotted at the 33-yard line. First down and 10. Third possession of the day. The last possession, they wound up punting it away. Their first possession, they put it in the end zone.
Oh!
And there's the quarterback decides to keep it, and that's Denham Johnson. And Denham's brought down right away by Shamar Graham, a junior, redshirt junior from Richmond, Virginia,
and Charlie,
Thomas Jefferson High.
Watch Mike Jones come in here and just blow this thing up. Almost blew their whole play apart. Got back and got a piece of that. They tag team him. That's what you call pressure. Shamar Graham and Mike Jones tag teaming to shut those guys down short yards.
They need 7 yards. Here's Denham Johnson. He was going to take off and run, but Isaac Anderson says no way.
Charlie, I can tell you that's probably holding. I was watching some people get mugged up front. The Kentucky State line, they've been getting beat a little bit here, and they are tackling people. Shamar Graham was flying in there. They just had to grab his jersey, hang on for dear life.
Make sure he didn't create the havoc he's been causing throughout his career. Junior out of Richmond, Virginia. But Ike Anderson, the fifth-year senior from Guilford, Florida, was the one who made that stop. But this penalty is going against Virginia Union.
Wow.
And it's a first down for the Thoroughbreds.
I can tell you Kentucky State got away with one on that. I don't know what was on the other side. It should have at least been offsetting.
As you said, 9 players return on defense for Virginia Union this year. They lost just 4 in the 2 deep on defense, so that's saying a lot.
Yeah, experience is so huge in college football. The coaches are comfortable with the players are comfortable with the schemes and the attack. This team is stacked. We expect a lot of things out of the Panthers this year.
We've been talking about number 6 and number 9 for Virginia Union as they try to turn the corner on the run play, and nothing doing on the far side of the field. On this side of the field, I should say, is Jalen Mayo came up to make the stop.
Yeah, that was great pursuit right there. They came up and made sure nobody was getting any yardage. Throws them for a loss here. But again, that's that experience. This team has been together, 9 returning starters. They know how to play, and they also know how to shut down the offense. 2nd and 14 right now. We're talking about number 6 and number 9, Graham Anderson. Those are players that's played together for 3 years, so they know what to do. There's a pass that's incomplete. Just missed him.
Yeah, he was trying to get it. Now to the running back, Josiah Salim, whose brother was quite a player here a year ago for this Kentucky State team.
Indeed, you could see Denham Johnson there. He would look like maybe some miscommunication because he thought his receiver was doing one thing, he threw it behind him, so maybe they mixed that one up in the huddle.
3rd down, 3rd and long. As a team, they were ranked 9th in 3rd down conversions a year ago in the SIAC. On the other side, Virginia Union did a pretty good job. They were ranked 3rd in 3rd down conversion defense. So let's see what we do here. Here's Johnson running for his life. Running for his life, and it was William Davis, the junior out of South Boston, Virginia, who did not give up on the pursuit. Loss of 7 yards on that play.
Yeah, Charlie, coming with the pressure here, I'll tell you what, William Davis gets on his horse, shows his speed, brings down a thoroughbred, and makes the play. That was huge on 3rd down, forcing the punt.
So it'll be 4th down and 21.
It's going to be a problem for Kentucky State all day. That defense of Virginia Union has just been swarming. They've got the experience, but also their speed off the ball so quick. They're going to be hassling these guys. They got to find a cure.
Jada Byers is the deep man to receive the punt. Trying to get there. Fair catch called for and made at the 24-yard line. So that's where Virginia Union, leading 14-7, will take over their 4th possession when we come back.
It's not just about how you get there, but what you make happen along the way. Introducing the 2024 F-150. A tradition of excellence, where strength and adaptability meet. Your journey, your legacy to define. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation. Are you crying? No. Are you crying because of that other card? No. There's no crying in baseball. Or with the Capital One Venture Card, because it lets you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. And you can use those miles on any travel purchase. And you know why? There's no crying with the Venture Card. What's in your wallet? Let's play ball!
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities, bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Tuskegee University Golden Tigers take on the Grambling State Tigers Saturday, September 7th, 7/6 Central. Watch on HBCUGo.tv.
New on the Gria, Masters of the Game.
As a master of comedy, if someone wants to be in this world, what's your advice to them?
Don't be afraid. Say what you want. Do it a bunch. Do it where you're uncomfortable doing it.
Sit down one-on-one with black people who dominate the game.
And when you get really sad and you don't want to do it anymore, take a little break, but get up and do it again.
Right here on the Gria. Check your local listings.
I got a business called Life Worth Living. So what that means is we go back home and we get people that was incarcerated, we get them jobs, and we go home and speak to the kids at school and put them in summer programs, and we just go around and tell our kids about life and making sure they're making the right decisions.
That is the man, Jada Byers. He does it all. 88 yards today, and we'll be bringing those Beyond the Huddles all game long and all season long, getting a little peek behind what they do on the field. Jada Byers really into that community. I love when these young cats step up like that. They know they have people and eyes on them. He's taking advantage and using his power and his attention to do good things. Bravo.
88 yards. He needed 92 to set the school record that was set by Andre Braxton back between 97 and 2000, as you see Byers on to carry that time, and he may have just broken the record on that run. The school record was 5,008 yards that was set back between 97 and 2000. He needed 70 to go into second place coming into today's game, a 4,086 by Bobby Phillips between 91 and 94.
Yeah, Jada Byers has been consistent through his 3 years. He has been the type of guy who, whenever you need some yards, you can count on him. And again, the defense knows they just haven't figured out how to stop him consistently.
He got 10 on that last run. 98. Here's Vic in the middle, and he got it for another first down. Big pass play that time for Rosales before Isaiah Clay came up.
R.J. Vick Jr. getting open again, and this one again, straight off the ball, frozen rope to him right there. The sophomore, 6'3", 185. His offensive coordinator calls him a stone-cold stud.
No question.
And that time, Rosales said, I like my stone-cold man.
He has 2 receptions in the game, 1 for a touchdown, wide open for 39 yards. And now it's a first down and 10. Virginia Union, defending CIAA champs. Here's Rosales rolling, trying to find somebody to throw it to. Lets it go and throws it away. Yeah, nobody home. Closest man to it was Jeremiah Francis, a transfer from Limestone, I should say. There's Jeremiah Francis.
He was wide open,
yes,
Charlie.
He was.
He got wide open on this. Rosales just didn't see him. There was a lot of pressure on him, and he fires it up and completes it to his assistant coach, which is nice. But I can tell you that Jeremiah Francis was like, my man, I had him. I bet they'll come back to that play because he was ready to waltz into the end zone.
Second down and 10. Ball resting inside the 45 at the 44-yard line of Kentucky State. Byers beside his now timeout being called by Kentucky State. It was something they didn't like or didn't see. You know, one of the things when we talked to Alvin Parker and their offensive coordinator, Luke Binkson, is the goal of this season was to start fast, stay fast, and protect the ball. Those are key
huge
ingredients.
Keys.
Yes, it is.
And also, they really wanted to cut down on penalties, Charlie. Last year, big area they needed to correct. They led the CIAA in penalties, which any coach will tell you, you will lose hair, you will lose teeth, your knees will fall apart, and you will lose sleep. You know, it's a tough one when you get those penalties because you're killing yourself. He said this year, if we can pull back on those penalties, we're going to be even more dominant. And that, so far, they've been doing a good job not getting the flag.
And there's the stat. Jada Byers, 25 or more carries. Their team is 11-0.
Yeah,
when he gets it below, they don't lose that much either.
Yeah, but just a little above 500 when he doesn't, but it's pretty easy. Offensive coordinator, get your calculator, make sure you keep track. Get him the ball 25 times or more in the W's. You get him hot off the oven.
I was kidding Luke Bankston when we talked to him the other day. I said, I'm surprised you still have a job.
Yeah.
Because you didn't get him at one point in time, you didn't get him the ball 25 times.
And this year they will get it to him. Yeah, Luke Bankston, he's such a good dude. He's up there in the box right now. He agreed with you, Charlie. He goes, yeah, look, all I have to do is count to 25. So they'll be doing that. His second season at Virginia Union, the offensive coordinator, his third running the quarterbacks. They'll look to get Byers the ball all season long.
There's Luke Bankston.
Really good dude. Their coaching staff's a pleasure. We had a chance to chat with them all week, just like we did with Kentucky State and Coach Felton Huggins' team.
One of the other things they said, they want to come out in game 1 in midseason form.
And so far, they look like they're finding a groove.
There's a pass on this court on the near side, and it's Vic. Vic with his third catch of the day is Navy Curry, who was a former quarterback.
Yeah,
He's moved over to the secondary
because they said
is now
Rosales is going to be the man, so they moved him out so they get some play. When you have talent on your team, you got to find positions to get them into the ball game. That's why Reginald Vick can be out there playing. He and R.J. Rosales hooking up today. They're eating up the DBs over there on Kentucky State.
So Byers already close to 100 yards rushing.
Still in the first quarter.
There's Byers. That should get him over the 100-yard mark for the day. That's a 4-yard gain. Isaiah Clay defensively making the stop for this Kentucky Thoroughbred team. They'll play at Alabama A&M. This is Kentucky State next week. Here's Byers again. And they were waiting for him this time.
Yeah, they did a nice job that time, just filling up that front, making sure they had a lot of green jerseys in the area. And that's the one thing with Jada Byers. Hit him early. Don't let him break free or give him a little glimmer of daylight because he will find it. Get to his legs, jam him up, get in his kitchen and make him stop on the spot.
3rd down and 5 now. They were 4th in the conference on 3rd down conversions coming into this season. It's going back to last year. Right now, they're 2 of 2 in 3rd down conversion. Now here's
another
a run
man
by Curtis Allen. Allen still on his feet,
Look
and he
at him
stumbles
go.
down inside the 10-yard line. Dropped at the 8-yard line by Umana Lofton.
Charlie, you know how sweet it is to have a guy like Jada Byers and then a backup like Curtis Allen. Curtis Allen comes in and says, I know what to do with that rock, too. You mentioned it last year, 155 yards in a ball game, filling in for Jada Byers. He is a force of nature as well. That 1-2 punch, they're lighting it up.
1st and goal at the 8. Rosales looking wide open.
Day.
Did he make it? He stumbled into the end zone.
Yeah, I think he got in there.
And that was Kalen Carver, the tight end, with his reception. He had a 9-yard touchdown reception in that monsoon last year against Fayetteville State.
Big
comes
touchdown.
Up with an 8-yard reception here today.
And Charlie, we talked about it. When you have lethal backs in your backfield like Byers and Allen, it will open the door for R.J. Rosales to find people wide open like number 8, Jeremiah Francis. Or excuse me, 8-0, that's Kalen Carver, who danced, slid right in there. Easy money.
So trying to make it a 21-7 ball game.
Miles will take the extra point.
This drive started at their own 25, so it's a 75-yard drive. So they put together, that is Virginia Union, as Myers puts that one up, and it is good. And it's 21-7. But more importantly, their drive scoring 75, 70, and 75 yards.
And they're doing it fast. That was under 2 minutes, the last drive. You know, you get these big plays, Charlie. Actually, you have a chance to make it happen.
Myers missed that extra point. It was wide to the left.
Got it.
Well, so it's 20-7.
And as we were talking about, scoring quickly, and they're kind of doing what they want to on offense right now. Early season, defenses, if they get caught off guard a little bit, then you get a little shaky because you're worried before the snap. So far, the Thoroughbred defense really hasn't had a chance to put anything on lockdown. Virginia Union, with all that experience, again, 8 starters back on offense, 9 on defense. You can see the maturity, the cohesion that team has. And right now, Kentucky State, they scored early, but they haven't really put much together since that big pick, the interception by Pope.
10 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Myers will kick it off. Just missed the extra point for Virginia Union. Bringing it up the field is Parrish. Parrish still on his feet and out of bounds in front of the Virginia Union bench. Good return from Mr. Parrish. 16 yards and not a bad field position. That should be possibly the last play of the first quarter.
Yeah, so far, Charlie, this game has been all Virginia Union. You look at from the first downs all the way down, total yards 232 versus -4. The Thoroughbreds have not gotten anything going offensively here. Again, the defense got it done for them. Big interception, but offensively they haven't been able to click yet.
No, they haven't. They really haven't been able to do anything. And the thing is, most of the offensive line from a year ago is back. And we'll be back to Frankfort, Kentucky for this intersectional matchup in a moment.
It's unbelievable.
Hundreds of millions of lives impacted.
This is a dangerous hurricane.
Tens of thousands of live reports where the weather is happening.
Yeah, this is extreme.
Thousands of storms forecasted. 40 years of storytelling. 22 specialized and advanced field degrees. 7 innovative weather presentation patents. And a former National Hurricane Center director. One trusted best-in-class expert team. America's most trusted news network. The Weather Channel.
There was a lot happening at this hour.
Free, local, and national news from across the U.S.
We've got some breaking news to get to, an exclusive out of our Pentagon.
City to city, Local Now has your community covered.
Developing right now. We're getting details. We're on the phone making calls.
Pick any city with local news and weather.
Tell you what I'm experiencing here on the ground.
All free. No matter the story, we've got you covered.
Our exclusive interview revealed new information.
Free TV that starts in your city.
I am a good cop. And one of the reasons is I've got good instincts. And they're all saying Sonny Mims.
Listen, let me tell you something about Sonny Mims. He's been a close and warm personal friend of mine for 35 years, and you're wrong about him. You hear me? You're wrong. I watched him cry when his only child died, and his wife couldn't handle it and took to the bottle. And he took in her poor relations one after the other. Now, that's a decent man. And I don't want you to intrude on his grief.
Catch all the courtroom drama on Justice Central. Check your local listings.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience, and join us as we amplify black excellence.
Cliff Huxtable is a professional.
Absolutely.
In the hospital and in the living room. He's got a lot to handle.
I have my ways.
There's no music coming through the headset. You still bopping to what's left in your brain?
But he handles it well.
Tell it.
All while having fun. The Cosby Show lives on the Griot Classics. Check your local listings.
Welcome to the club.
Sabemos lo importante que es tu día.
Muy buenas, soy el meteorólogo Albert Martínez. Bienvenidos.
The Weather Channel en español te mantiene informado con pronósticos, noticias del clima y cómo el tiempo afectará tu día. Ahora con más información en vivo y con las últimas noticias, estarás más preparado que nunca. The Weather Channel en español, tu lugar de confianza para el pronóstico del tiempo.
20-7 our score here. Virginia Union on top. Let's go down to Laurencia with Coach Alvin Parker.
Coach Parker, you guys were able to find a lot of success offensively, but what do you want to see more from your guys defensively?
Our defense is playing pretty good. Offense put them in a bad situation on that first drive, but other than that, I thought those guys have been playing well. So, just keep on doing what they do. Get to the ball. All 11 guys, they're doing a good job right now, so I like what they got going on. Hopefully, team-wise, we don't put them in another situation that they have to get out of like we did on the first drive.
Jada Byers almost has 100 yards rushing, and it's only the first quarter. How are you going to make sure that he continues to be successful today?
we run the offense a lot through them, and we got a lot of other good guys that are making some plays today. So that's what we want. Just everybody just keep on making plays. Everybody on offense.
Thanks so much, Coach. Back to you, Charlie.
All right, Alvin Parker, Dr. Alvin Parker, graduated from Virginia Union and has done a great job making sure that school stays prominent.
Indeed. Using that PhD on many, many levels. And you talked about Black College Football Hall of Fame, Coach of the Year. So he's brought a lot of glory to this school, and his players love playing for him.
First down and 10. Here's Denham Johnson.
Nice.
Takes off and runs. Has some room in front of him.
Look at him
Still
go.
on the go. Denham Johnson across midfield into Virginia Union territory at the 48-yard line. Denham Johnson, the senior from Humboldt, Texas. And Raylan Manley finally up into him to save a touchdown of 23-yard scamper.
Denham Johnson just tucks it away and finds some room, does a nice job dancing out of harm's way. Big pickup. That's the spark they need.
Now pass out in the flat. And it's complete. Mayo on the stop defensively. On the reception, at time was Cale Anderson, and they talk so much about Cale Anderson. This kid coming in from Comer, Georgia, transferred from Charleston Southern.
Right.
And they really look for big things for him.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Larry Hackey came in big for Virginia Union, smacked him right on that sideline, but I like Denham. He's tough. He jumped right up. On the run again. Lots of room, Charlie Neal.
Goes inside, and Shamar Graham makes the stop. And flag on the play. Let's see what it's all about.
Well, once
we have
again,
had very few penalties in this game.
It has not been a lot. That's been great. I'll tell you, Shamar Graham has had a great game. The guy runs sideline to sideline. Great speed, great range. He actually ran that down from the other side. And Denham's pretty damn fast.
Looks like it's coming back. It may be against Kentucky State.
That's
we haven't been able to hear
our
microphone from the referee. It looks like holding.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Kentucky State. Because I tell you, you have two big plays, you're breaking free, and then have the momentum stopped by a flag. A little deflating, but Felton Huggins right now, he just wants to see his team click a little bit. You get a couple more big plays, and Denham Johnson doing it with his legs right now, or really making it happen.
What was interesting, this was the least penalized team in the SIAC last year. That is Kentucky State. They were only penalized 59 times all season long. Virginia Union was the most penalized team in the CIAA. Right. It is 2nd and 17.
Charlie, haven't seen much from their backfield. They haven't been giving it out to their running backs.
Yeah, we saw Middleton earlier, and that was about it.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Just as you speak of it. And there we go.
That's
Middleton. Middleton gains about 7 of the 17 as Jalen Mayo made the stop defensively. The junior out of Hampton, Virginia, and Phoebus High.
Well, Charlie, Felton Huggins was talking to us about his 3 running backs. He calls them their 3-headed monster backfield. He says, I have 2 lightnings and 1 thunder. So I got 2 guys that are fast, one that can pound you right in the mouth. They need more of that to balance that, to open up Denham through the air.
Lightning and thunder is all you need, right? You get it done sometime.
I'll live with that. I'm glad we're not getting lightning and thunder right now up in these skies.
3rd down and 9. And we got a false start.
Yeah, he coaxed him into moving.
Or is it offsides?
I think they got him a little bit to move.
No, wait a minute. One official, I've said, he signaled offsides.
They're having a meeting out there. See what they're going to say.
One official signaled offsides. Let's see.
Yeah, somebody was trying to cha-cha. The other guy was trying to do the tango. And now the refs are like, no, brother. No, you saw what? No, that's not what we saw. Wait, who's got what? Guy in the white hat gets to say.
Dead ball, false start. There we go. I knew it was coming. When he did this, he didn't just put his hands on his hips.
You used to officiate. You understand.
It is 3rd and 14 now with the 5-yard penalty by Kentucky State for the false start.
And that's what you just talked about, Charlie. No penalties, or hardly any last year that really killed them. Then this year, this game, 2 on a drive that started nice. They're heading the wrong direction. Express elevator going down.
1 of 3 and 3rd down conversions today for Kentucky State. They look over to the sideline to Coach Felton Huggins. He grew up in Zachary, Louisiana, right down the street from where Doug Williams grew up. Played at Southeastern Louisiana. He was an all-conference wide receiver there. And there's the quarterback. He's in trouble. He stepped up in the pocket, but Mike Jones said, no, you can't go anywhere. Transfer out of Catawba.
Yeah,
number 3.
And that was nice coverage by the DBs. That's called a coverage sack. Denham thought he had somebody for a second, but no, they had great coverage in the backfield. He had to scramble, and then the defense from the middle just came up, shut him down, forcing the punt.
So the third punt of the afternoon for Kentucky State and for Landon Glover. Now Byers is not back there to receive this kick this time.
After running for 100 yards, he said, "Hey, coach, you mind if I catch a little breather over here, a little Gatorade?"
Let's give it a break.
Kind of shanked that one. Getting a friendly roll.
And it'll be down at about the 22-yard line. Make it the 23 when we come back after the 26-yard punt by Landon Glover. We have a 20-7 ball game.
My celebrity colorist? Me. I'm this Garnier Nutrice. It has 5 amazing fruit oils. It nourishes while it colors. Cool. Covers our grays for richer color. Nutrice. Nourished hair, better color. By Garnier. Naturally.
I bet Allison doesn't get jelly on her shirt.
Bet Noah Lyles doesn't get smoothie on his jersey.
Oh, come on. Bet Carl Lewis doesn't get tomato sauce on his jacket. Dang it.
Stains happen to the best of us. When they do, Tide's got you covered.
Pasta in Paris? When in Rome.
It's got to be Tide. America's #1 detergent.
New on the Gria, Masters of the Game.
As a master of comedy, if someone wants to be in this world, what's your advice to them?
Don't be afraid. Say what you want. Do it a bunch. Do it where you're uncomfortable doing it.
Sit down one-on-one with black people who dominate the game.
And when you get really sad and you don't want to do it anymore, take a little break, but get up and do it again.
Right here on the Gria. Check your local listings.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the detail.
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Download now to start your free 7-day trial.
The first time I step on a white man's toes, am I out?
I was hoping race wouldn't be an issue in this.
I have a feeling the whole issue is about race.
Catch all the courtroom drama on Justice Central. Check your local listings.
20-7 our score here. Virginia Union on top. The visitors, one of the mainstays on the defensive side of the ball for Kentucky State. The young man by the name of Trevon Pope, senior out of Atlanta, Georgia. For more on him, let's go down to Laurencia Mode.
Yeah, you guys, we have a very unique family connection on the field today. As you mentioned, Charlie, graduate student in DB Trevon Pope has an older brother you might recognize, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, a 2-time NBA champion, now with the Orlando Magic. Coach says Trevon has helped establish the culture as head of the leadership committee while working on his MBA simultaneously. And Coach Huggins believes that, coming from good lineage like Trevon shows you how to win and be successful, which is why a number of his players have professional athletes as relatives. And by the way, Trevon says his older brother won't even play him one-on-one. Now, I don't know who to believe, but you guys tell me what you think.
Right. You tell me, Lorenzi, you're the baller out there. He says he's got game. He says, big bro won't take me on the court.
And no question about that. And of course, Trevon has a master's, working on his master's degree in business. And there's a pass and good running after catch.
Kalen Carver there.
Carver, his second reception of the afternoon for the Panthers of Virginia Union. But we were talking about
Mr. Pope.
Trevon Pope, 24 years of age, working on his master's in business. And he thought actually of transferring after last season. And him and Coach got together.
Yeah.
Coach,
they said, put him in the portal, take a look. And he said, I support you.
Right.
And he went out, took a look around, got some sniffs, but decided what he had here at Kentucky State
was better.
And I love the fact that Coach Felton Huggins supported him. Trevon went out and said, I want to stay home. Uh-oh.
Into the secondary and out across midfield into Kentucky State territory is, again, Curtis Allen before Tracy Blackman made the stop out of LaGrange, Georgia.
Part of that 1-2 punch in the backfield right there. Making it happen, setting these guys up. So they've been moving the ball all day long. The Kentucky State defense needs to find an answer because they'll shut you down one play, but then give up 2 or 3, and they let them matriculate that pigskin right down.
Virginia Union next week will travel down I-64, the other way, to Hampton, Virginia, to play the Pirates next week.
Got him.
There's a pass wide open. Caught by Ricky Key.
That's a great play, Charlie Neal.
Ricky Key Jr., a 45-yard reception, and Tracy Blackman was the man defending.
Charlie, he breaks free. Watch, makes a little quick. He just off and running. Makes a quick burst to the outside. Ball just barely underthrown, or would have been 6, but still a great throw. Phenomenal catch. That's how you run that connection. When the defense watches that run game, it opens it up deep for some of these receivers.
1st and goal right now. The ball resting right at the 1-yard line. Straight ahead. They give it to the big man, and it looks like he got in. That is Curtis Allen. Curtis Allen, the 6'2", 215-pound junior out of Prince George High in Petersburg, Virginia. He had that 155-yard game a year ago against Fayetteville State in the monsoon, but he came up with a big touchdown run that time.
And this is what you love to see from your running backs, Charlie. He puts his shoulders down, makes contact, continues to run, got hit again, lunges for that end zone. That's right, doing the Karate Kid. You can't stop me. Short yardage, sniffs the goal line. Let's ring it up.
77-yard drive. PAT last time by Myers was missed. Let's see if we can get this one down as Marvin Holmes is the holder. This one is good this time. And so it's a 27-7 lead for Virginia Union University. We're in the second quarter here in Frankfort, Kentucky. We'll be back.
For some people, university is just another series of classrooms. For others, it's about finding purpose and value as you define what will be your life's work. But when you step foot here, in this place, that's when you find your life's work colliding with legacy to produce an educational experience reaching deeper than you ever thought possible. It's more than books, more than classrooms, more than papers or exams. Virginia Union University is a place where you discover the power of a limitless future.
This is our planet. And the fight for its prosperity and its future depends on us. That's why Pattern is dedicated to everyone who seeks to explore the world in new ways. Share in its challenges and triumphs.
Scientists just made a massive discovery!
And celebrate its most amazing moments. So join us on our mission to be informed and inspired. Look for Pattern in the channel guide here on Local Now.
T2 is the 24/7 free streaming network from Tennis Channel.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
T2 brings you bonus live and encore match coverage from WTA and ATP tournaments on hard courts, grass, and clay. T2 takes you off the court too, with bold, fresh, and lively programming featuring tennis's top stars. T2, available now on Local Now.
Comedy.tv, where the laughs never stop. Anything can happen with comedy's heaviest hitters. Get ready to laugh, America, with Mr. Box Office, The First Family, and Funny You Should Ask, America's comedy game show. Catch all the laughs on Comedy.tv. Check your local listings.
Recipe.tv takes you to delicious destinations.
Off to my picnic at the Eiffel.
From the street markets of Paris.
There's so much freshness and colour.
To a country kitchen in Ireland.
That's a fabulous dish.
Plus, there's a new chef in the kitchen.
On Paris Bistro Cooking.
And a new season.
Welcome to my Ballynock Cookery School.
Watch it all right here.
On Recipe.tv.
Check your local listings.
We're here in the second quarter. Charlie Neal, along with John Kelly, Laurencia Moten, and you're talking about the Panthers on the prowl, what their running backs have been able to do today.
Yeah. Look at that. That's called toting the mail, Charlie. Averaging over 10 yards each. Byers nearly 13 yards per crack. That makes an offense run on high octane. Both these running backs have experience. Jada Byers is maybe the lead dog, but they got a junkyard dog right behind him that knows how to do it. So that 1-2 punch of having those gentlemen out there really makes this offense go. Byers, Allen, bang.
Right, and you talk about since Kentucky State's opening drive, Virginia Union has put up 309 yards of offense while Kentucky State only 18.
That's a big difference. That scale is tilting heavily one way, Charlie Neal. And then the scoreboard reflects that. Again, with the exception of that big defensive play by Trayvon Pope, big interception, almost took it to the house, they haven't really been able to manufacture much on that Kentucky State offense. But right here.
Here's a return. Out to the 30-yard line. Good return for Kentucky State. Hey, let's take a look at today's Did You Know, brought to you by Geico. Get more with Geico. In addition to playing wide receiver in college, Kentucky State head coach Felton Huggins also ran track. And you look at some times.
He can fly.
That 400-meter time was in high school. The Olympic gold medal time was 48:17, actually, it was 43. 43:03 is the world record. It was a little faster than that, yeah. In fact,
but the bottom line is that coach can fly, and he says he still can.
And he ran a 40 in college. He ran a 4.7.
No, 4.47. He ran a 4.47
in college.
Smoking.
Right.
That's right. And he says he still can fly. When we had him on our call, Trayvon Pope, he was talking, saying, they saw some video of me. They didn't know I could fly like that. Trayvon was like, let's get it on. So we almost got him on tape.
I heard you could run that fast.
Racing. Way back in the day, back when they timed us with sundials. I used to be able to run, but Charlie, I tried to run catching a loose paper the other day and almost pulled a hamstring. So I'm going to leave that to Coach Felton and all the players.
But the Olympic time was 4.34. That was Quincy Hall this year. The world record's 4.303.
Talk about the 400?
The 400.
43, you mean?
Yeah, 40.
Yeah, 40, it has to be in the 43. Yes, that 48, that might have been the women's time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. This should be a free one. I didn't see a flag, though.
And incomplete.
Yeah, they had
the man wide open. There. I'm not sure what's going on with Denham Johnson. It looks like they had an opportunity as a 3rd and 10 is facing the thoroughbreds right now. Of course, there's Huggins' playing career.
Love this coach.
4 seasons in the NFL, Jacksonville and Buffalo Bills.
And that's why he likes to run that air raid. He's a receiver in his DNA. And that's
no question.
I love his energy. I call him Coach Dynamite because just listening to him as players get motivated, he's really established just in 2 years a deep relationship with his players, and he knows in the future that's going to pay off.
And there's a young man on this team. He played with his dad, Roscoe Parrish, number 11, played with him in the NFL up in the Buffalo Bills. And if you remember, Roscoe Parrish's dad played at the University of Miami against the team you're familiar with because you all lost to them in a bowl game, didn't you?
Way back when. Here goes
Johnson. Keep going. First down.
Denham Johnson.
Down at midfield.
And see, that's why this kid is a threat. He, again, great coverage, and he just improvised. Made it happen. Found some daylight. All on his own. So the fake handoff, looked for his receivers, but he got on his horse quickly and said, I got to get out of here. They just gave him a lot of green to run on, and he capitalized it. It's big play. They need that. 21
yards and a whistle stops play. Let's see what happened. Somebody called a timeout. May have been Virginia Union. They called a timeout. They're first of the half. So each team has used a timeout here in the first half. And we're going back to Roscoe Parrish and the fact that his dad played at the University of Miami. Your freshman year at Nebraska, you had a chance to see them play in a bowl game.
Thanks, man. Yeah, Miami snatched us. Bernie Kosar's freshman year beat us up.
Talk about it more when we come back.
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, count me in. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
New on the Gria, Masters of the Game.
As a master of comedy, if someone wants to be in this world, what's your advice to them?
Don't be afraid. Say what you want. Do it a bunch. Do it where you're uncomfortable doing it.
Sit down one-on-one with black people who dominate the game.
And when you get really sad and you don't want to do it anymore, take a little break, but get up and do it again.
Right here on the Gria. Check your local listings.
Oh, second down, rather. 2nd and 10. So the ball spotted at the 49-yard line. Again, hopefully we'll get a chance to see number 11, Roscoe Parrish, get it on some plays. But we talked about his dad, Roscoe Parrish.
Yeah, played with Huggins. Actually called Huggins and said, I'd like to see my boy playing with you.
Yes, he sure did.
They worked it out.
Remember that Miami team had quite a array of players who went on to the NFL. Clinton Portis and Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah.
Kellen Winslow, Ed Reed,
Man.
Sean Taylor.
Ballers.
There it is. Almost intercepted the ball,
Skipped
hit the
it.
ground. And William Davis tried to pick it up and do something with it, but couldn't do it. 2 of 4 in third down conversions. And it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, so far the legs of Denham Johnson doing the most of the damage for this Kentucky State offense. They just haven't really clicked yet. Again, one big play here and there, but then they don't really continue that momentum. We'll see if they can snap it off on this 3rd down, but they'd love to get something, get some points on that board before halftime.
Parrish is in the slot to the top. Look over to the sideline. Coach Huggins. He started his career 1 year at Grambling, didn't play because couldn't get through the NCAA approval. And there he goes again.
Ooh.
Boy, he's got sandwiched.
Ooh, that's called a manwich.
DeAndre Crump was the first to hit him. It'll be 4th down and 5. Let's see, do you gamble here?
Well, at this point, you don't want to give up that ball too easily, but at the same time, it depends on how you feel about your offense. Being a gambler, you go for it, but if you're trying to play it safe, but you're down 20 points, I don't know that you have much to lose.
That's true. And it looks like
you bring on the punt team. That's why I'm not a head coach, Charlie, apparently. I gamble too much. I'll stick to Vegas and the blackjack table.
Well, looks like one of the offensive linemen is struggling to get off the field for the thoroughbreds.
But punting, really the wise decision. I mean, they're down 20, but still got over half to play, so they can get some stops on defense, give their offense a chance. This is the right move. So, ladies and gentlemen out there, ignore my offensive suggestions on 4th down.
Fair catch called for, made at the 16-yard line. So that's where Virginia Union will get the ball 1st down and 10 after a 28-yard punt.
I give our crowd here big credit for being smart with those portable fans. It is a must. It's a little swampy out here with that sun and humidity.
Well, some news from the CIAA. Virginia State picked in the preseason poll to win it all. Henry Frazier's the coach down in Petersburg, Virginia. And Isaiah Freeman, Lincoln University, named the preseason All-CIAA quarterback.
Yeah,
while Virginia Union had 8 players named to the preseason All-CIAA team. And that's quite an honor when you could put 8 players on your preseason all-conference team. And those 8 players...
And that's the kind of respect this team has earned with the seasoned veterans coming back. The success they had last year going 10-2.
And in the SIAC, Albany State picked to win it. All Quinn Gray is their coach, a former Florida A&M quarterback. He's done a good job with them. In fact, they were in the championship game against Benedict College last year and lost. In fact, they were in a three-way tie going at the end of the season, 6-2 as far as conference records were concerned.
I remember watching.
But they were able, because of head-to-head competition, to play in the championship game where they lost to Benedict. Of course, Benedict lost their coach, Chennis Berry. He's over at South Carolina State now.
Yeah.
Kylan Duhey from Lane, also in that preseason selection.
Well, Charlie, you and I have talked about that. Coaches, head coaches that come into these leagues and have success oftentimes start getting cherry-picked. So it's tough keeping some of the great coaches, but we've watched and broadcast so much great football from black colleges and universities the last 2 years. It's just an honor and a privilege to be doing it again this season with you, my man.
So looking at what the quarterbacks have done today.
It's got time.
Plenty of time. Throws it out in the flat. Here's Byers in the open field.
Byers doing what Byers does.
And Byers across the 35 to the 36-yard line after the reception. And they said that as Coach Benson, as Cameron Henson made the stop, told us that he was going to try to get it to him in space.
Yeah, why not toss it outside and get him the ball? And that time he checked down all of his receivers. R.J. Rosales was trying to look deep, had a lot of time. Finally, just says, I'm going to dump it off to my go-to guy. And Jada Byers, nice move there, gets into traffic. And another thing, he's got great hands. You don't see Jada Byers fumble the ball very often.
That's true. And there he is again. You're talking about great hands. There it is inside the 40 by Isaiah Clay. Woo. Jada Byers.
Ricky Key Jr., was it?
Was that Key or Byers? That was Key, wasn't it? Number 5.
That was a
Byers
great
in the
run.
Yeah, that's Key.
Ricky Key Jr. doing his thing, man. They've been doing some hookups, so the ball caused that fumble. Looked like it came loose, but cannot have the ball fumbled because of the ground.
And that's caught by Reggie Vick. His 4th reception, I believe, of the afternoon.
R.J. Rosales picking him apart right there. Reginald Vick, flypaper hands. Ricky Key Jr., nice grabs. They're really now balancing it out. They're trying to stack them up front, keying on their running backs, and they're having a chance to flex some muscle through the air.
And last year, they were ranked 8th in the conference in passing offense. Of course, they ranked number 1 in running offense. And
you can win a lot of games like that.
Total offense, they were 2nd in the CIAA. Here's Rosales.
Wide open.
Wide open at the 8-yard line. After the reception, here's again Reggie Vick.
Charlie, they're doing a great job with the receivers. Reginald Vick Jr. on that one, just getting behind the linebackers and under the DBs. He found that nice, juicy, sweet spot back there. Big hit coming up there on the defense. That was a nice hit, but too late, too little to stop him down. Trayvon Pope put the big hit on him, but not after a big game.
1st and goal right now. Here's Byers bouncing to the outside.
That's
and
it.
He's in for the touchdown. From 8 yards out, Byers on the run.
Well, with this team, especially with Byers, Allen doing it too, this offense, you get close to the goal line, it's almost like going to the ATM and your card works anywhere. Money just comes flying out, so they cash in anytime they get down here. So well done. Big pass plays get them down there. Then you get it to the money man to take it on into the end zone for 6.
So again, Myers, that was an 84-yard drive. Started at their own 26-yard line. Myers right now 111 yards rushing on 9 attempts, plus a pretty good reception on the pass.
Great receptions, though. They're really doing a nice job. R.J. Rosales finding that groove, that early season rhythm, which is so huge, so key, not only, of course, to score the ball, but it's a confidence thing because then you get it down close to the goal line and you ship it, you give it up to Jada Byers to take it on home.
Well, one of the things you have to credit that offensive line, 295. You've got Larry Jones and Justin Royce and Joseph Rounds and John Marie Moyer and Matthias Nelson up front doing the job, and you can't get into the end zone unless you have somebody blocking for you.
And that's what I'm talking about. Every great running back knows at some point you got to give all that big love back to the big boys up front that get it done for you. When you're in college, you thank them unless you got the big NIL money, then you pay them. But the other side of it, when you get to the NFL, you always hear about those Hall of Fame running backs buying their linemen Rolexes because they know as they go, you go, and you got to take care of them. So all that glory, your success as a running back is your lineman's success. So bravo, they're doing a great job.
3 minutes and 20 seconds time remaining here in the second quarter. Remember, the new college rule this year is the clock stops at 2 minutes, and so they can reset. Unlike the NFL, it's not a 2-minute warning, but it is a 2-minute
hard stop.
Yes.
Okay. So in a tight game, a coach can use that as a strategy as well.
It comes in the second and fourth quarter.
That's okay. Very nice.
And that's
thinks about it, says I'm coming out.
Roscoe Parrish, the young man we talked about earlier, he's still on his feet and he's out to the 15.
Yeah, hesitated for a quick second, then thought he was going to give it a try, maybe to bust it loose, but only picks up about 15. So they've got a few minutes here. See what they can do with this clock, try to put something up, come up with a big play, and get some momentum heading into halftime, because right now this has been all Virginia Union, with the exception, like we said, that opening play where they had the big interception by Trayvon Pope.
So the fifth possession of the afternoon for Kentucky State. The first one, the touchdown, they started the 2-yard line of Virginia Union after an interception, and they put it in the end zone with Johnson's 3-yard pass. He put it up there to Cotton, Markel Cotton. But in the meantime, they punted the last 3 times they've had the ball. Nothing doing that time on the running game.
Big Kamari Frederick in there along with Isaac Anderson. Big Ike. Yeah, these guys were hungry right off the snap, and there was nothing. You see, they're pointing, saying, just get in there and make it happen. That's what you call defensive pursuit, and that's what their defensive coordinator talked to us about. He goes, I got some players who I, like to run schemes, but I'll tell you what, I got some thoroughbreds out here on my team for Virginia Union that I say, just go make a play. Just go make it happen.
We saw Dylan Johnson get loose a couple times. We talked about Coach being a track star.
Yeah.
Some of the other players on this team that can really run. Dylan Johnson is not any slouch. He ran a 21.5, 200 meters. The record is 19:19, set by Usain Bolt.
Yeah, so that young man can run. That young man can run, and that's why they know, they feel good. They've got his legs, but they've got to have a chance now to have somebody backing him up. Get some other yardage from the running backs, spread it out, and connect with the receivers. But so far today, they have not been able to click and put anything together.
They put together a new group of running backs this year. That is Kentucky State. We've seen
a 3-headed monster.
We've seen Jalen Middleton. They talked about Josiah Salim. We've seen him on special teams.
Freshman.
We haven't really seen him. His brother Isaiah Salim was here running the ball for them last year. In fact, his mom and dad both are graduates of Kentucky State. So, yeah, they're representing. Niall Johnson is another new name in the running game for them. Donovan Jordan and Mike McGowan. Let's see.
That's right.
Who they put in the lineup right now.
McGowan, Salim, Middleton, Coach Felton Huggins, 3-headed monster. We have not seen them come out and strike any fear so far in this first half.
I think Salim, that is him behind this quarterback right now. Josiah, freshman from Olive Branch, Mississippi. And he's not going anywhere. Big hit up front by Kamari Frederick.
Isaac Anderson up in there too. The front line just getting chewed up by the Virginia Union big guys in the middle right now. They're just kind of having a heyday, and it's really putting the Kentucky State offense on their heels. They just cannot get that surge right now.
You talked about Ike Anderson. Here's a young man that maybe the coach says the best defensive lineman in the conference.
Absolutely, that's saying a lot. There's got a lot of great defenders throughout, but yes, they speak very highly, and that's why this team coming in not only had high expectations, but as we've seen in this first half, they've been able to deliver for the Virginia Union squad.
And he came into today's game, the season opener, after last year with 29.5 career tackles for losses.
Yes, and that is big. But again, I can tell you what the difference you see when you watch both these lines is the surge. Off the snap, off the ball, the quickness. The Virginia Union front just surges, and the thoroughbreds are falling backwards. That's why these running backs can't get off. I don't care how good you are. You don't give somebody daylight, you're going to get punched in the mouth all day.
Well, make sure you download the HBCU Go app. You get the best in black college sports and an array of on-demand programs available on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, and on your phone. HBCU Go. Download it today.
I do that early and often. Every time I get a phone, I have my friends download it. I'm like, put it on there, man. It's free. My favorite price, free $99.
So we're looking at a third down with 2:53 remaining before halftime. It's 2 and 6 on third down conversions today for Kentucky State. Anderson was the man in motion. And we're going on the ground. They're keeping it on the ground. Again, it is Saline on the carry. Mike Jones there to make the stop, and it's very close to a first down. No, it's fourth and 10. Looks like 4th and 10.
Yeah, you know, Josiah Salim, again, hasn't had a day to really showcase what he does, but to be in there as a freshman, I don't care what level of college football you're in, you come in as a young man, you're still just right out of high school, to have that kind of confidence instilled by a head coach. Felton Huggins believes in this young man and knows he has a future.
19 new faces signed by this Virginia Union team, 14 from the state. This is a team, that Virginia Union team, that started the season last year 3-0. They lost to Fayetteville State 10-7 in a monsoon, and then they beat them.
Got the revenge.
21-10 in the championship game.
The game you and I did. That was outstanding.
Byers had 135 yards and 2 touchdowns in that contest. Carried the ball 40 times.
No, he's a workhorse. You know, they can count on him so much. But the deflating part of that, you win the CIAA championship 1 week later. For the second year in a row, you get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. And that's what Coach Alvin Parker has been telling us has been their motivation. Talked a little bit earlier.
Yeah, they just did State not. Was the team that knocked them out. And this is the 2-minute timeout. And we'll be back. We're in Frankfort, Kentucky, where it's been all Virginia Union. After trailing 7-0, they lead it by 27.
Whatever your goals, whatever your passion, there's a place for you at Kentucky State University. With 38 undergraduate and 9 graduate programs, including a doctorate of nursing practice, we can help you chart a path from where you are to where you want to be. Take the first step. Visit kysu.edu and see why you belong at Kentucky State.
Judge Millian doesn't mince words.
Why aren't you stopping the behavior if it's happening right in front of you?
She cuts to the chase.
I think you're misreading the law a little bit.
Really? Compassionate.
You should be mad at one person, and that's him. When did something happen that made you feel uncomfortable?
She never accepts disrespect.
Stop your nonsense, or we will be escorting you out.
Watch Justice for the People with Judge Millian. Check your local listings for times and channel. Catch all the laughs here on the Griot Classics. The Jeffersons.
Oh, hi.
Sanford and Son.
You big dummy.
Different Strokes.
What you talking about, Willis?
The Cosby Show.
Absolutely.
227.
Mary.
Good Times.
Dynamite.
Old friends. Lots of laughs.
I think we died and went to heaven.
So watch The Griot for timeless comedy. Check local listings.
Well, since I haven't heard any of the evidence, that kind of a horse trade is strictly up to you, Mr. Mason.
Well, the evidence I can present is certainly going to have a tremendous effect on public opinion. And that will make it much more difficult to impanel an unbiased, impartial jury when the time comes. No deals, Hamilton. I know you would rather not show your hand for the benefit of the newspapers, but since my client has the right to a hearing, I think we'll take a look at the cards.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings.
The truth is, HBCU Go football does it big.
Go! Zone touchdown!
Big time catches. Wow! Big hits.
That's how we do it, son! Go get some!
And big moments.
On his way! Touchdown, no flags!
This fall, go big or go home.
That's what I tell y'all.
Watch on HBCUGO.tv.
Don't forget to stay tuned for the Capital One halftime showcase. We're at the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. One of the new rules in college football this year, they stop the clock. Kentucky State Mighty Marching Thoroughbred Band, and we'll have first half stats and highlights from this first half. The highlights have been basically all Virginia Union.
Absolutely. They've done a great job both on the ground and through the air. So getting some balance after really dominating on the ground through the first quarter. They've come back now and again because you have that lightning-type runners behind you. Their pass game has opened up very nicely, and they've taken full advantage.
So Virginia Union with the ball at the 30-yard line of Kentucky State. First time they've started with the ball in the other team's territory. There's Byers
again.
And Byers is loose. He picks up about 13 yards on that run.
And that's what he's been averaging per carry, about 13 yards per pop. So he's good for a first down, just handing him the rock. But they've really found some sweet spots in, and they're taking advantage as they flip Curtis Allen in to relieve Byers here. 1-2 punch, have not been able to stop it.
505 yards on the total offense for Virginia Union in the game so far.
500 yards.
Yeah, Byers 128 and a pair of touchdowns. Right now, it's Curtis Allen in the backfield. High snap.
Whoa.
Brought down by Rosales, and Rosales
Turning
stumbles. He made something out of nothing.
Little chicken salad.
Yeah, he was on Can't see the rest.
You're picking up what I'm putting down. See, look at it. Good job of containing it, not losing his cool. Actually managed some positive yards.
2nd and 6 now for Virginia Union. They've dominated this game. Their opening drive was the only error for them today.
Yeah, and Charlie, you said they have 500 yards already in the first half?
Yes.
Wow.
Incomplete. Pass. That was a second down pass. It goes incomplete. Trying to get it to Larry Hackey. Cameron Henson was there defensively for the Thoroughbreds. And now we got a timeout. Let's see.
R.J. Rosales having a nice game, a career high in the first half alone. So that is part of the dominance they've been able to put the wood to the Kentucky State defense here, and just everybody having a chance to get off and get their yardage.
So 3rd down, we'll call it 4. Ball resting right under the 11-yard line. Out in the flat, Jada Byers has some running room. He did have some running room.
Still dancing.
But the defense was right there to make sure he didn't get very far. Elijah Henderson leading this charge on the defensive side of the ball, the linebacker out of Jackson, Louisiana.
There's old Luke Bankston, the offensive coordinator, looking like a hero right now. He's like, I got a genius out here letting Byers do his thing, and then I let R.J. Rosales put it up, racking up the yards here. So, Charlie, I think he took heed when you mentioned, just get the rock to Jada, earn your money, and he's today looking like a hero.
Field goal attempt, he was 5 of 11. That is Brady Myers a year ago. As long as 46. And they figured 47-yarder is going to be his best. This will be a 33-yard attempt. It's up, and it is no good. So 33-yard field goal attempt, no good.
We're going to show you here Jada Byers. This is the competitor he is. He's like, look, coach, no, let's go for it. Let's eat. Just feed me the rock. We're going to get this done. No, we don't kick. What? Oh, man, really? All right.
That's the first drive other than the opening drive by Virginia Union that they didn't score.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Byers was saying, just let us take it on in. I think the coach at this point saying, let's let our kicker get a little work too. And by that result, they're thinking we need a little more work on that kick. But Jaden Byers, so confident. I'm not surprised he was yelling. And that's what a great running back or great player will do. When he's in a groove, in the vibe, he will talk to the coach and say, here's what's happening. Let's work this.
46 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Just before halftime, Jada Byers having another great afternoon as far as running the ball. And like you said, he was very adamant. He wanted to go for it on 4th down, but Brady Myers coming up short on missed on the 23-yard field goal attempt.
And by that stat we saw, if they keep doing what they're doing on the Virginia Union offense, they're going to set a school record for total yards. He was down.
Mike Jones on the stop.
Yeah, they're just going to run the clock out, handing off for short yardage. They're not even trying to go for it. But this might be the time you just take a shot, fake it into the line, let Denham Johnson roll back and put one down there. Start taking some long cracks as they let the clock go.
Lost 2 on that play, 2nd and 12. Ball spotted back at the 18-yard line.
Gatorade time.
and they may not have another play run before halftime here. Alvin Parker, his squad with a very big advantage at halftime here in Frankfort, Kentucky. A 34-7 lead over the home team, Kentucky State University. And we'll get a chance to see the Kentucky State Thoroughbred Marching Band right here. Stay with us.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
Stick to the code. I'm in my zone. Let's go. Let's go. I'm back in my bag. I'm wrecking the wins and it's making them.
You've got your Sunday obsession, and we got you. Now with Verizon, get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV on us and get every out-of-market Sunday game. Plus $800 off Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Only on Verizon.
See you Sunday. I'm lucky. I found the one thing that I was put on this earth to do. And every day, as I inch one step closer to my vision, it reminds me that making it in life is all about the making.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now, during the Ram Labor Day sales event, get $3,000 cash allowance plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks.
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities, bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Tuskegee University Golden Tigers take on the Grambling State Tigers Saturday, September 7th, 7/6 Central. Watch on HBCUGo.tv.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
Sabemos lo importante que es tu día.
Muy buenas, soy el meteorólogo Álvaro Martínez. Bienvenidos.
The Weather Channel en español te mantiene informado con pronósticos, noticias del clima y cómo el tiempo afectará tu día. Ahora con más información en vivo y con las últimas noticias, estarás más preparado que nunca. The Weather Channel en español, tu lugar de confianza para el pronóstico del tiempo.
Question, gentlemen. Is it gonna hurt?
Hold him as long as you can.
You're a deer in the jungle here, my boy.
Join in on the action. Watch free on Local Now.
Welcome to the Capital One Halftime Showcase on HBCU Go Sports, brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
We're here at Kentucky State, where the score right now is 34-7. Now, I present to you the Mighty Marching Thoroughbreds, directed by new director of bands, Dr. Rodney D. Chisholm. Now, this band is over 70 members who have some great songs lined up for us. So let's see what they got.
have a bad table over here.
Performance. And when we come back, we'll take a look at the HBCU top 10 teams of the week. So stay tuned.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the details.
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Download now to start your free 7-day trial.
Cliff Huxtable is a professional.
Absolutely.
In the hospital and in the living room. He's got a lot to handle.
I have my ways. There's no music coming through the headset. You still bopping to what's left in your brain?
But he handles it well.
Tell it.
All while having fun. The Cosby Show lives on the Griot Classics. Check your local listings.
Welcome to the club.
I'm Edward Delling-Williams, and I'm here in the English Channel for my new series, The French Pub. And we're about to go hunting for Normandy's lobster bounty.
The French Pub with Edward Delling-Williams.
One of my favourite things is just a quick homemade mayonnaise and a little breakfast radish. Just perfect.
An all-new series on Recipe.tv.
There was a lot happening at this hour.
Free local and national news from across the U.S.
We've got some breaking news to get to, an exclusive out of our Pentagon.
City to city, Local Now has your community covered.
Developing right now. We're getting details. We're on the phone, making calls.
Pick any city with local news and weather.
Tell you what I'm experiencing here on the ground.
All free. No matter the story, we've got you covered.
Our exclusive interview revealed new information.
Free TV that starts in your city.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Taking a look at the HBCU Go preseason top 10 poll, we start with the FCS. Tennessee State comes in at number 10. Jackson State is 9. Grambling number 8. Morgan State 7. Prairie View 6. Florida A&M, the SWAC and Celebration Bowl defending champs, is number 5. Alcorn State is 4th. Howard University, the defending MEAC champs, comes in at number 3. North Carolina Central is 2nd, and Alabama State comes in at number 1. In Division II, there's an even split between the CIAA and the SIAC. Johnson C. Smith is 10th. Benedict, the defending SIAC champs, is 9th. Bowie State 8th. Miles 7th. Tuskegee number 6. Fayetteville State comes in at number 5. Fort Valley 4th. Virginia State is 3rd. Albany State 2nd, and Virginia Union, the defending CIAA champs, is number 1.
New on the Griot, masters of the game.
How did you move so fast in terms of learning what comedy is? Because it takes years and years for comics to get seasoned, and you move very rapidly.
I think all the years I wasn't doing it, I was subconsciously studying it.
Okay.
So I understood it as a mechanism and a device. I didn't necessarily understand how I fit into the mechanism and the device, but I got what it was. And then I was very sure of my voice.
Sit down one-on-one with black people who dominate the game.
Because I was older. And, you know, a lot of times, those years that they tell you take to find your voice, we're talking about kids. People start at 19. It takes them 10 years to just figure themselves out. By that time, I had gone through the fire, and I'm pretty sure about myself, what I think, my POV, how I feel about things, and it's pretty unwavering at this point.
Right here on The Grill. Check your local listings.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
Spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. I'm going to throw you out real quick.
Mathis Court is in session. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Climate science, sustainable solutions, Earth champions. Come check us out on Pattern, misspelled on purpose. If you don't know, now you know.
Style is king on the Jeffersons.
We are the Jeffersons.
And George Jefferson takes the crown.
Remember, I worked my way from the bottom up to the top.
But not before his wife tears him down.
Sometimes I call him loudmouth. I wear the pants in this family. And when you zip them up, include your mouth.
Watch the Jeffersons on the Griot Classics, your neighborhood for classic laughs. Check your local listings.
I'm Zahira Marti, and this is Zanzibar. We're just off the east coast of Africa on MyDestination.tv. Karibu. You get a sense of mystery and romance here. Isn't this beautiful? This is truly one romantic African experience with the breathtakingly beautiful Zanzibar backdrop. I love Zanzibar.
Welcome back to the Capital One Halftime Showcase. We're still jamming over here, but listen, my HBCU Go teammates and I had a chance to speak to the commissioners from the CIAA, the SWAC, and the SIAC conference, and they got to talk about their upcoming season. So let's take a look and see what they said.
You know, I'm looking forward to that CIAA football championship and the start of the season. So it's always exciting, you know, and kind of disappointing when you can see teams who are at the bottom and then those teams who are at the top and who thought they should be at the top. But at the end of the day, there's an opportunity for us to see how teams are going to advance through this season. I'm excited about watching these student athletes that I know have been working hard in the summer. Many of them that I've seen coming in as freshmen or they transferred. I know they've done the work because they look like they went from being freshmen to like seniors in their juniors. And so the coaches, we only have one new coach this year. A few years ago, we had 4 new coaches. And so now you're seeing the season of coaches really preparing themselves to get to the championship. But as they say, it's one game at a time. So I'm looking forward to one game at a time, but then getting to the conference championship.
I'm looking to a competitive football season. You know, we have 13 football playing schools, and I think every one of them have a chance to win the championship. I think we have competitive balance. We have experienced coaches that have, you know, the recipe to create strong programs. We're going to have games on HBCU Gold platforms. I think people will be surprised at the quality and the depth of our team and our league.
HBCU Go was a game changer for us, right? ESPN was significant. But to be able to carry the ball forward, to be prime time on Saturdays live on television was something that we did not get quite often. And HBCU Go showed the nation that we were there, we were relevant, we had great games, and we could compete. And what you have seen is just a tremendous growth. So those 14 opportunities that you have given us is 14 golden opportunities for our league to continue to grow and for fans that normally did not get an opportunity to see Southwestern Athletic Conference to look at us and to revel in what we're all about, the band, the pageantry, the games, Charlie Neal. All of this is a part of what carries the HBCU flag and banter. The CIAA, the SIAC, and the Southwestern Athletic Conference on HBCU Go, that's a heck of a combination.
Now it's time to take a look at our halftime stats brought to you by Capital One. John, what do you have for us?
Yeah, Laurencia, this has been all Virginia Union. We got the man, Lethal Weapon 3, Jada Byers, 11 carries, 124 yards. They've got over 400 yards total offense, and Byers, career-wise, got his 49th touchdown today, meaning his next touchdown will put him at a milestone of 50, and he is on his way over 4,000 yards career-wise to banging it up to that 5,000 mark this season. He's had some little help in the backfield. Curtis Allen, all these numbers just slanted heavily towards the Panthers. Curtis Allen, 4 carries, 42 yards at his touchdown. And R.J. Rosales, you look at the passing yards, 233 yards on 12 of 16 passing. That is a career high for R.J. Rosales. He has 2 touchdowns through the air. So Rosales, in his real first starting role, is coming out in this first half, and they are dominating. I'm telling you, Laurencia, you've watched it from the field. Over 400 yards total offense. I mean, they got to look like they're just eating their lunches.
Yeah, John, I mean, the band is bringing the energy, so hopefully the Thoroughbreds can feed off of that going into the second half.
Yeah, they need to do that. Need some extra charge here to get Felton Huggins' team going. We'll see what they can do in that second half, Laurencia.
It's a big match, and only the best will win.
Just blaze, Godzilla bankroll, stole some chili on, yo, I ain't got it all. That means I'm barely home.
It's not just about how you get there, but what you make happen along the way. Introducing the 2024 F-150. A tradition of excellence, where strength and adaptability meet. Your journey, your legacy to define. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities, bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Tuskegee University Golden Tigers take on the Grambling State Tigers Saturday, September 7th, 7/6 Central. Watch on HBCUGo.tv.
New on the Gria, Masters of the Game.
As a master of comedy, if someone wants to be in this world, what's your advice to them?
Don't be afraid. Say what you want. Do it a bunch. Do it where you're uncomfortable doing it.
Sit down one-on-one with black people who dominate the game.
And when you get really sad and you don't want to do it anymore, take a little break, but get up and do it again.
Right here on the Gria. Check your local listings.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the detail of
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Download now to start your free 7-day trial.
Howdy, welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta. What's up, Philly?
Hi there, Phoenix.
Here's a look at our 5-day forecast, and it doesn't look too bad.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now. NBC News exclusive you will see here first.
You're high above Hollywood.
Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
If you know what the problem is.
Oh, yeah? What is the problem?
Those guys are black. And odds are they're hiding out at the bottom somewhere. Now, what kind of cooperation do you expect us to get down there? Now, if Mr. Tibbs was covering that area...
Oh, come on. Chief, just a minute. Let me tell you all something. You cannot expect cooperation to be handed to you just because you're a police officer. Chief, what is it?
You've got to come with me now.
Catch all the courtroom drama on Justice Central. Check your local listings, where age might divide them.
You big dummy.
The family business keeps them close. Find money-making schemes and big laughs on the Griot Classics. Check your local listings.
Thank you for watching the Capital One Halftime Showcase on HBCU Go Sports. Brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
We're at halftime here in Frankfort, Kentucky. 34-7 is the score. The visitors from Richmond, Virginia have come in and laid the wood. Really laid the wood on this Kentucky State team. Season opener for both of these squads, and for Virginia Union, looking like they're in midseason form. For Kentucky State, they still have some work to do.
They got to find their bearings. You know, they had that opening drive interception by Trayvon Pope, but from there it has been all Panthers right there. They got their team, they got their fans in the groove. Let's check out these first half highlights. After the interception, Denham Johnson to Cotton for the touchdown. Looked good early. Felton Huggins digging the scene.
Right.
But then Jada Byers
does it all from 46 yards out, and that tied the score at 7 apiece.
And then R.J. Rosales hooking up with Reggie Vick Jr. for the touchdown. Then more R.J., this time Kalen Carver. And then more R.J. Moore through the air. Ricky Key Jr. How about that catch on the sidelines, diving for yards? And then who do you go back to?
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon. No, that was actually Curtis Allen. Then back to Lethal Weapon 3. Those two teaming up right now.
Number 9 and number 3.
Jade Byers, 11 carries, 124 yards in the first half, 2 touchdowns. Career-wise, he's now 1 touchdown away from 50.
He may not need to carry the ball 25
times. He may not need to. That's right. Every time he carries, they win. He's at 11 right now. Looks like they're going to win. But it has
they're
been
up
dominating.
big. Yeah, they're up by 27 points.
And
right
R.J.
now.
Rosales, a career day in the first half right now. He's 233 yards, so he's looking good. He's finding that rhythm. They believe in him. He's their leader and their chosen guy at QB1.
The key there is his last 9 passes. He's 9 for 9. He started 3 for 7. And the last 9 passes, he's 9 for 9.
That's called rhythm. That's called right. Charlie, you've been in a rhythm all your life. Not all of us have that luxury. He found that after the first few passes.
Well, Rosales, I mean, they can't say enough about him. He takes over. You know, he was not the starter a year ago.
Yeah, he was waiting in the wings.
Yeah, takes over for Christian Reed, who had 1,900 yards and 13 touchdowns a year ago.
Yeah, led him to a 10-2 record.
Right. But last year, he did see some action. He was 20 of 41 in the passing department. 301 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Rushed for 130 yards and 4 touchdowns in 8 games that he played. So let's look at the preseason poll in the CIAA. We know that Virginia State, under Henry Frazier, has picked to win it all. Virginia Union picked to finish second, and the other team that played in the championship game last year, that's Fayetteville State, they have picked third in the preseason poll in the CIAA, followed by Johnson C. Smith, a team you better keep your eye on this year. I believe that's a team that's going to make some people stand up and take notice. Of course, Bowie State, they're always tough. Winston-Salem is 6, Shaw, Lincoln, Livingstone, Elizabeth City, and Bluefield State. Bluefield State with a new head coach this year. One of the 11 new coaches in HBCU football, one of them coming out of the CIAA.
Yeah, a lot of great teams. And again, we're watching Virginia Union today, and now over the SIAC.
In the SIAC, you have Albany State, Fort Valley, Miles, Tuskegee, Benedict. Those are the top 5. Benedict are the defending champions. Of course, Coach Chennis Berry has gone over to take over the program at South Carolina State. Edward Waters, Kentucky State, is ranked 7th in the preseason poll, followed by Savannah State, Central State, Clark Atlanta, Allen, Lane. There's the rest of the SIAC. Morehouse.
Started the second half for us.
And out to the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 22 on the return. Jabari Parker there to make the stop defensively. So this will be of course, at the beginning of this game, Kentucky State won the toss, deferred to the second half, and that's how they get the ball to start the second half of this contest.
Yeah, home teams will often do that. You give the ball to the other side, but you want to grab that ball in the second half, depending on whether you're leading or behind. You can take control and reset and hopefully get your engines running. That's what Kentucky State needs to do now. Take this first drive it down the field, reset, get some momentum, get some confidence, get back in this game.
Denham Johnson still in at quarterback.
Yeah, their first few drives, very little production.
Middleton in the backfield. Play action. Wide open, and he couldn't get it. Just missed Cale Anderson going across the middle.
That's their new wide receiver. And Coach Huggins joked when he first showed up, they thought he might be a kicker, but he's got speed, he's got great hands, and he had him by 2 steps there. Denham Johnson just does not put it on him, but look for Cale Anderson to get some looks. Again, they had no idea that he was a great receiver when he came in. Thought he was their punter when he first showed up on campus.
3 years at Charleston Southern, 13 catches, 22 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
He's a baller.
The coach recruited him at Charleston Southern.
That's right. Then got him over here.
So we got a false start. The receiver got a little bit too anxious.
Well, that'll happen, too, because, they are anxious to get the ball rolling in the right direction. So you're probably going to see it's early in the year, still getting your, senses about you, but they're going to be pressing, trying to get it back together.
And the gentleman we were just talking about was the man who, he wanted to get down the field quick. He said, if I get down there before they snap the ball, we may score.
Hey, at this point, you will take an edge and advantage any single way you can get it.
2nd and 15 after the false start penalty.
He's got a little time, man, but nothing doing.
He's in trouble. Gets it off.
There's his guy.
And still on his feet. Close to a first down.
Cale Anderson.
Cale Anderson on the reception. Donald Gatling there defensively for Virginia Union.
Great.
Out of Hampton, Virginia.
Great hookup, Charlie. Denham Johnson scrambling, buying time, and that's what a good receiver will do. Cale Anderson breaks his way back to his quarterback, gets to the open field, nearly shook him and got loose.
So it's 1st down and 10 across the 30 to the 32. Again, to the near side. And this one's complete, but nothing doing in terms of yardage. There will be no yardage as William Davis was there defensively to make stop on Bryce Bobby Hayes. First time we've seen him catch the ball today.
That's right, yeah.
He's one of those kids that's also 23 years of age who's in grad school, majoring in education. Let's go down to Laurencia.
Yeah, you guys, I talked to head coach Felton Huggins from Kentucky State as they were coming out of the locker room, and his demeanor was exactly what you would expect, after giving up 34 points. But the biggest topic of conversation was eliminating those explosive plays. So let's see how they do it.
Well, that's going to be very important. Like you said, Laurencia, the explosive plays make a difference, and that's what Virginia Union has been able to capitalize on so far this afternoon. But this is going to be a penalty. It looks like it's going to be against Virginia Union.
That'll help the home team. Well, and Laurencia mentioned that coach is saying, hey, let's cut out, stop some of those big plays. But that's easier said than done, especially with such an explosive offense on the other side of the ball in the first half, doing basically what they want to do. Let's see. Halftime is about adjustments, Charlie. The Kentucky State defense needs to adjust to slow them down. But right now, they're trying to keep this offense rocking.
1st down and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line. Their own 47. Kentucky State trailing by 27 points. Right now, it's Middleton in the backfield with his quarterback. And the ball hits the ground and is caught on the near sideline by Timothy Pitts, the tight end. And he's brought down by Jabril Norman.
Timothy Pitts, nice work there. Just a freshman out there at tight end. But Denham Johnson, way to recover here, keeping your cool head, flicks it out there really quickly, and now getting close to another first down. 2nd down is short.
Jada Byard, well, that's the defensive number 3. I'm sorry. There's a number 3 on defense, too.
Mike Jones making his presence felt.
To the right side they go. Good run this time by Middleton. Middleton picks up close to a first down. He does pick up the first down.
Yeah.
And Melendez on the stop defensively.
Well, this is the kind of momentum we talked about it. Coach Felton Huggins probably give him that brimstone and fire speech at halftime. He is an energy guy. They look like they're responding. So, again, if first starts here in the second half or any indication, they may be able to turn up the volume and try to get back in this game.
Remember, they got this ball at their own 22. They're all the way down to the 42 of Virginia Union. Here in the 3rd quarter. Pretty long drive.
This is kind of what they do with their quarterback, Denham Johnson. He checks in with Coach Huggins to see what they're doing. They'll try to get him to jump off and then go ahead and call the play after that.
7th play of the drive. The option by the quarterback.
Wrangle.
And I'll tell you, you're talking about making these defensive. That's DeAndre Crump, sophomore out of Richmond, Virginia, and Varina High.
Wow. DeAndre Crump going crunk. On Denham Johnson right there. Look at that. He said, yo, brother, not this time. You get your little right back in here. That's a great play on the fly.
Lost 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12 now. Let's see what they dial up on this 2nd and long. Again, Middleton is in the lineup. Looks over to the sideline with his quarterback, Denham Johnson.
Last thing they want to do is let the air out of the momentum they've slowly built here in their start of this second half. You get shut down here, you're gassed.
Middleton looking long.
A little contact out there, but no flag.
No flag, plus the receiver fell down.
Yeah, they bumped each other.
That was Cale Anderson, who was...
Looked like they got their feet tangled up.
Yeah, Cale Anderson was the man who was battling Jalen Mayo for that reception. Jalen Mayo was the closest one to it.
Well, you can tell Coach Huggins must have been talking to the offense saying, hey, we haven't heard my man Cale Anderson, number 9, much today. They've already tried 2-3 targets this first drive of the second half, so expect to see him getting in this mix.
But I don't like, I guess, the fact that you have to go long on every play. You nickel and dime at the day. You know what I'm saying?
At some
Get me
point,
4 or 5 here, 4 or 5 there.
And you know how it works, Charlie. You got to be able to mix it up. Until they establish their run, they're not going to be able to be that big of a threat throwing deep, so they need a little balance right now to keep the defense off balance.
3rd and 12. Now you got a chance.
Great comeback.
Incomplete.
Almost made the play.
Oh, you got to make that catch that time.
Yeah,
that was Markel Cotton, who has a touchdown reception already today.
And Charlie,
Jalen Mayo battling.
This was not a great throw, underthrew him, but Cotton did a nice job of getting back to it. But you're right. Once you get your paws on that ball, you got to vacuum it in, make the catch. But a nice adjustment made. I thought he was going to catch it.
Well, you watched the young man with Colorado the other day.
Oh, yeah. Trevor.
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, that kid, man, he is unbelievable. That's why he's one of the guys that being talked about Heisman Trophy runner. They got a pretty good quarterback up in Colorado, too.
I've heard of it.
Used to play in the HBCU game. Shador Sanders.
Here's the punt.
Well, they just snuffed him out, man. Kentucky State was trying to roll a little bit, but the defense flexed back. Uh-oh, we got a little skirmish. Come on, fellas. Helmet popped off. All right, let's chill. It's chill.
Well, there's a timeout on the field. In fact, we wind up with a punt after that long drive by Kentucky State. We'll be back.
Sabemos lo importante que es tu día.
Muy buenas, soy el meteorólogo Albert Martínez. Bienvenidos.
The Weather Channel en español te mantiene informado con pronósticos, noticias del clima y cómo el tiempo afectará tu día. Ahora con más información en vivo y con las últimas noticias, estarás más preparado que nunca. The Weather Channel en español, tu lugar de confianza para el pronóstico del tiempo.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. I'm going to throw you out real quick.
Mathis Court is in session. Check your local listings for times and channel.
The best free streaming service is here. From local news,
Here's a look at our 5-day forecast.
national news, TV, and more.
This is, as they say, a game changer.
Local Now is packed with endless entertainment. So what are you waiting for? Local Now has everything you need with the channels you love.
We're back!
Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
New on the Gria, masters of the game.
How did you move so fast in terms of learning what comedy is? Because it takes years and years for comics to get seasoned, and you move very rapidly.
I think all the years I wasn't doing it, I was subconsciously studying it.
Okay.
So I understood it as a mechanism and a device. I didn't necessarily understand how I fit into the mechanism of the device, but I got what it was. And then I was very sure of my voice.
Sit down one-on-one with black people who dominate the game.
Because I was older. You know, a lot of times, those years that you take to find your voice, we're talking about kids. People start at 19. It takes them 10 years to just figure themselves out. By that time, I've gone through the fire, and I'm pretty sure about myself, what I think, my POV, how I feel about things, and it's pretty unwavering at this point.
Right here on The Gria. Check your local listings.
10:03 left here in the third quarter in Frankfort, Kentucky, along with John Kelly, Charlie Neal, and Laurencia Moten here. And the first half possessions, there you see, by Virginia Union. Man. This is their 8th possession of the day. They've only, out of those 8 possessions, 2 of the 7 previous ones were the only ones that didn't score. They threw an interception on their first offensive possession of the day. Woo! And we got a running back coming straight ahead. And Blackman makes the stop defensively. But again, Byers on the run for 15 yards. But we talked about they were 2 of 7, and they missed a field goal just before halftime. Well, I shouldn't say before halftime. They also missed an extra point, too. So,
but that's about all they've done that isn't right. So Jada Byers doing what Jada Byers does, and here he goes again, Charlie Neal.
Trying to go to the left side of his offense. Navy Curry.
He's taking a little break right there. He's like, let me chill for a second, man.
Converted quarterback.
Brother's got to recharge. I might look superhuman, but I'm still got some DNA that's from here on earth.
So to bring up second down, second and about 5.
Yeah, it looks like I didn't see any type of injury of any sort, but it looks like he's just taking a break, but maybe caught a cramp. You know, when it's hot out, the hydration, sometimes you cramp up. It looks like they're over there trying to stretch Byers out a little bit on that sideline.
Curtis Allen is in the backfield now. In fact, quarterback running under center this time, and they give it to Allen.
Slippery.
And he gets the first down at the 40-yard line.
That's what you want, man. Yards after contact right there. I think we got another running back in there.
Well, they had an up back, a fullback. Remember, they talked about bringing in that fullback. We're talking about a guy like Steve McKinney. They even maybe move the tight end into a fullback position. And we got a player down for Virginia Union.
Yeah, well, that's Byers over there on that sideline. So they're holding that leg. I can't tell if it's a cramp or if it's something more, but he doesn't look like he's feeling too great right now.
Kalen Carver's the man that's shaking up for Virginia Union. And there's Jayla Byers. They're tending to him on the sideline. Kalen Carter also down on the field right at about the 37-yard line. 8:55 is the time remaining in the third quarter. So Jayla Byers, of course, the heat doesn't help. You know, with a lot of heat,
man.
plus you've got hot turf.
The humidity, that turf is extra hot. So there it is. He's got that little massager right there, man. When your calves go, I don't know about you, Charlie. Sometimes middle of the night, I'll jump up out of bed. My wife thinks the house is on.
I don't have any calves.
Yeah, no, you have no calves. But you know what? I've never seen a deer with big calves, so you still can run. But I'll tell you, when those calves go, it wants to shut your whole body down. So we got a couple brothers on the turf right now just trying to work those muscles out. And those little handy machines, man, I'll tell you what, man, that saved my shoulders sometimes, my thighs, my hamstrings. Look at that. That's like, look, that's better than going to a massage parlor.
So while we got a little time, we talk about Virginia Union University. This is a school founded back in 1865 as the Richmond Theological Institute, the school located in Richmond, Virginia, sitting on 84 acres with an enrollment of 1,700 students with President Hakeem Lucas. Of course, we talked about it earlier. They're the defending CIAA champions in 2018. Both the men and women's basketball teams won the CIAA championship. The women won 4 CIAA titles, 1982, 2016, 18, 19. And Lou Hearn was the coach in 82, and then Anne-Marie Gilbert led them to their last 3 titles. The men have 20 CIAA basketball championships, and they won it 4 straight years between 1992 and 95. Won it 3 straight times between 2004 and 05. And Dave Robbins was the head coach then. He was the coach of 14 of the school's 20 CIAA championships.
That is a beautiful story right there. Good to see Kalen Carver walking off the field on his own. But again, looks like cramping up out there, Charlie. But back to your stories. That's one of the beautiful things about bringing these black college sports from football to basketball and beyond. We get a chance to see this greatness that a lot of people haven't seen for years.
Steve McKinney, there's a man open in the middle. I thought he had Vic across the middle. He didn't see him.
I think so too, yeah.
He had Stephen McKinney has been the up back playing that fullback spot in that formation as they break the huddle. So it's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, you can see that. They got in each other's legs a little bit, but like you said, Charlie, had another receiver wide open. See if they can keep this drive going here, second down. But the first half, they did everything right. So right now, running back, Roberto Alvarez in there, number 0. I think earlier we thought maybe it was their other back, Curtis Allen, because the 9 looked like a 0. But we've got Roberto Alvarez in there right now.
And on the reverse, coming to the near side. And good tackle on the defensive side by Trevon Pope. That was Michael Anderson on the carry. The Pope came up to make the stop defensively before a lot of damage was done. So it brings up a third down, and we'll call it 5.
Outstanding one-on-one tackle there by Pope. He came flying up, and Charlie, those are some of the toughest tackles to make. Looks like he might have put some hurt on right there on Anderson. But Pope, excellent open field tackle, saving a huge play.
3 of 4 and third down conversions today for the Panthers of Virginia Union. And it is third down and 5. Ball at the 46-yard line. Straight ahead handoff in the backfield, and nothing doing that time as Lawrence McConnell was there defensively. He came up quickly. Freshman out of St. Louis, Missouri. And a loss on the play of 3 yards.
Looking and feeling good. That's how you make that surge. You dominate that line. He comes up and puts a pop on Alvarez. So the defense starting to turn it up a little bit too. So I like the energy we're seeing from Kentucky State so far on both sides of the ball. They didn't break through on offense, but we saw some changes. We saw some momentum, and I think I like what I'm feeling from these guys. Time for them to try to turn it around.
And when you talk about possessions for Virginia Union, the first punt for them this afternoon, they had a field goal and they had an interception.
They had that end zone in their eyes all day. Oh, got the block, Charlie.
And here's great field position.
And he's still moving.
For Kentucky State. The block on the punt by Marvin Holmes. And again, Marvin Holmes, the kicker. But the block punt goes over to Kentucky State and gives them great field position.
I'll tell you what, that is the type of huge break you need. You're at home. You've been dominated in that first half. Great chance to break through here and look at right up the middle. That is great timing. I'm telling you, blocking a punt or a kick, Charlie, one of the toughest things to do. Huge break for Kentucky State. And they will still have that ball and momentum coming back after the break.
Where leaders are forged and legacies are born. The Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
She's very frank.
You should never start anything you're not prepared to finish.
Compassionate.
I see a family that still loves each other, and I'm glad to see it.
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams. Check your local listings for times and channel. Catch all the laughs here on the Griot Classics. The Jeffersons.
Oh, hi.
Sanford and Son.
You big dummy.
Different Strokes.
What you talking about, Willis?
The Cosby Show.
Absolutely.
227.
Mary.
Good Times.
Dynamite.
Old friends. Lots of laughs.
I think we died and went to heaven.
So watch The Griot for timeless comedy. Check local listings.
I'm Edward Delling-Williams, and I'm here in the English Channel for my new series, The French Pub. And we're about to go hunting for Normandy's lobster bounty.
The French Pub with Edward Delling-Williams.
One of my favourite things is just a quick homemade mayonnaise and a little breakfast radish. Just perfect.
An all-new series on Recipe.tv.
Did you hear?
I can't believe it.
The residents of 227 are on the front stoop again.
Calvin wants to show me where he goes when he wants to think about things.
Huh. Must be a very small place.
If gossip is gospel on 227.
Did you see that? Did you?
then the Griot Classics is the church.
You home early, Sandra?
My boss let me off. I have a severe headache.
Your neighborhood for classic laughs. Check your local listings.
HBCU Go Sports Football is brought to you by Ford. Built Ford proud. And by Verizon. So, again, when we talk about momentum changing,
yes,
it could be a momentum changer for this. They blocked 6 kicks last year, this Kentucky State team.
Got another one right here. I'm telling you, Mike Jones, a freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio, number 39, smashed that one down. So that was big. He busted right up the middle, almost untouched.
Yep.
So, again, the timing on that sets up their offense. So this could be that tide swing and change they needed. A big injection right here, but they got to capitalize.
At the Virginia Union 47-yard line, first down and 10. Denham Johnson puts his man Josiah Salim in motion. Here's Johnson back to pass, looking over the middle, under pressure. Decides he's going to take off and run and is going to be drugged down in front of his own bench by Jabril Norman after a gain of 1 yard.
Yeah, that was some nice pressure up front by Brayman Lane, not letting Denham get comfortable, but he broke out and got a couple of yards, but that was a nice effort. Brayman Lane putting the pressure on the kid in the backfield.
Second down and 9. Ball at the 46-yard line. Pass out in the flat. Oh, but not much running room after the reception. William Davis coming up to make the stop on Kassi Hazard.
That's a nice hit. That's a great play in the open field again. They make that connection, chance to try to dance outside, but look at the pursuit. Shoulders down, knocks him down. Great play.
Loss of 1 on the play. Third down and 10 now. 3 of 8 on third down conversions for Kentucky State.
They need a big one right here, Charlie. Got to capitalize on that big block punt.
Josiah Salim goes to the right of his quarterback. Salim out of the backfield. Man open in the middle. The only problem I'm having with Denham Johnson is he is missing a lot of wide open receivers today.
Yeah, that's got to be painful. When they watch that back on film, Denham Johnson, he's going to be cursing at himself. He had his guy wide open. Look at this, has time, but just overthrows there. Now, again, that's some of this where you got to get into that rhythm where you find, and I know Felton, Huggins is saying, brother, let's make sure we hit those on the easy money times. He just hasn't really found a rhythm. You know, he's done a decent job with his legs, Charlie, but has not gotten his arm into gear.
Second punt of the second half on 2 possessions, that is, for Kentucky State. Good high punt. Fair catch called for and made. Down at about the 8-yard line after a 39-yard punt. We'll be back here in Frankfort, Kentucky. More action here on HBCU Go.
My name is Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Macienda. We bring heirloom corn products from Mexico to every kitchen. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. With no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to meet my business needs. And I reinvest my 2% cash back to help grow our business with new products, like our tabletop masa mill. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing masa to the masses. What's in your wallet?
Wow.
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities, bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Tuskegee University Golden Tigers take on the Grambling State Tigers Saturday, September 7th, 7, 6 Central. Watch on HBCUGO.tv.
Inviting you to join Laurencia, John, and I next week.
Yes.
It's Tuskegee versus Grambling right here on HBCU Go at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Check your local listing for programming information.
Yes, Grambling State, brand new head coach, my former teammate at the University of Nebraska, Mickey Joseph.
Yeah, whose brother
down to see him.
is the defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos.
They got it in their blood, man.
Vance Joseph, yeah.
What can they do with their backs up against the end zone? Ooh, look at him go, still on his feet, Charlie.
And running out of bounds in front of the Kentucky State bench. $18 yards on the carry. So we're going to see some players we haven't seen in a while.
That's right. They're
getting
giving
the ball.
Byers and Allen a little bit of a rest here as we track down a few numbers. The roster's changed a little bit. These HBCUs, they got some new blood in here, so we got to try to track down, we call him number 6. Back to him right there, Charlie. Now they're picking up right where Byers and Allen left off. So finding those soft spots in that defense. So again, that start of the second half, that gas is starting to go out of the tank. Looks like Jerome Jones, double J number 6 in there getting some work. They got some stats on him, but he looks good on those first couple of carries, Charlie.
This time they're going with Curtis Allen. He's had a pretty good day himself.
Absolutely. He and Jada Byers kind of own the airwaves. They've combined for 3 touchdowns on the ground. Yeah. Look at that right there. Dominating yards.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of domination. And the secondary, there he goes. Off and running. That's Mark Wright, I believe. No, that's Jada Byers.
Jada Byers.
I'm sorry.
The go-to man right
67
there.
yards.
Who else?
He's talking about his 250?
He's on his way, man. Prophetic. He predicted 200's cool, 250's cooler, but watch that. Kind of a mix-up on the snap, but Jada said, just step aside, brother. I got this one. And you knew once he had that green end zone in his eyes, Jada Byers is a beast.
A 92-yard drive had started at their own 8.
211, 14 carries, 211
yards and 3 touchdowns today.
Charlie, he called it, man. He's going to
Myers, point after, is good. And it's a 41-7 lead now. Jada Byers with a 3-touchdown afternoon. He had 5 in a game a year ago.
He can do it all.
And we'll be back to Frankfort, Kentucky in just a moment.
Lethal Weapon 3 on the loose.
Climate science, sustainable solutions, Earth champions. Come check us out on Pattern, misspelled on purpose. If you don't know, now you know.
We ready? Yeah. It's time to address. You know we the best. Here to impress. We got you covered like you want bed rest. You can kick back, flip your head rest. Everything you need, we got excess. Just in, you ain't gotta just guess. Bringing big news and we said it best. We ready to go. Come and get it right now. We got what you like now. Every day and night now. Better get here right now.
Arnold Jackson.
This is small place.
With a new family, he's got it all.
This is my kind of pad.
But he still finds a way to get in trouble.
I've never seen a black goldfish before.
That's okay. He never saw a rich white man before either.
And he's still got plenty of questions.
What you talking about, Wish?
We're talking about different strokes on the Griot Classics, your neighborhood for classic laughs. Check your local listings.
Where were you last Friday evening when someone dressed in a nurse's uniform went in that hospital room and killed Jason Hartman? Where were you then?
I was with Doug.
So you were with Doug both times?
Yes.
Objection! Relevancy.
Your Honor, it is entirely possible that someone other than my client committed this murder. I have a right to pursue that possibility.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings.
Jada Byers just picked up his 50th career touchdown and over 200 yards today, 3 touchdowns rushing on 14 attempts. And more importantly, the Harlan Hill Award goes to it's the Heisman version for Division II.
Right.
And Jada Byers, for me, I'm going to push for him to receive that award. In the history of that award, there's never been a player from an HBCU to win that award.
And that is a great candidate. You just saw his stats there, over 4,200 yards, second all-time Virginia Union history. He'll eclipse 5,000 this year. If he stays healthy, he's on a roll. So, again, you start the season over 200 yards, Charlie. I agree with you. Let's get him that trophy.
So, fair catch call for.
Interesting. 3-yard line.
Right at the 3-yard line, but they can bring it out to the 25.
Got it. So I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I was like, man, why are you doing that?
50 career touchdown. That last drive for Virginia Union was a 4-play 92-yarder that used up 2:15 off the clock, and of course the 67-yard run by Jada Byers, giving him 50 career touchdowns rushing.
Coach Felton-Huggins saying, all right, gentlemen, let's turn up the volume on offense. We've been practicing the air raid. Let's connect, drop some bombs, and get to the end zone.
New quarterback in the lineup for Kentucky State. They bring in a little taller kid. We watched him in practice yesterday. We're talking about Juan Ganius, a 6'3" freshman out of Orlando, Florida.
And not afraid to give the young guys some play here, get some looks and some experience, right, Charlie? You got a guy with talent. The only thing you don't have is the experience when you're a freshman. So why not at this point get him some reps?
And he looks over to the sideline. He's out of Olympia High down in Orlando, Florida. Juan Ganius. Salim is the running back beside him.
See if they can generate a little offense here.
He wants to take off and run, and he's not going to go anywhere because the defense of Virginia Union, the white jerseys, now we got a flag. Kamari Frederick. This is going to be after the play is over. Let's see a little bit of extracurricular activities.
Well, Charlie, what we've seen most of the afternoon from that Virginia Union front is just pressure. They're not really giving up much. There were a couple plays Kentucky State got loose, but as far as that front line, they have been dominant. 9 defenders back on defense, and they look like a seasoned veteran team out there today.
So this penalty goes against Virginia Union. So it looks like it's going to be a first down because of the penalty. Marking off 15 yards and to move the ball across the 35 to the 37-yard line. First down and 10.
At this point in the game, you'll take moving those sticks any way possible.
No question.
So that's a gift.
At this juncture.
Yeah, let's build on it.
You're down by a score of 41-7.
You know, Felton-Huggins, the head coach, he's talking about they're still trying to implement some things. He wants to, reboot the culture down here, and they still need to translate that into great play on the field.
Virginia Union's punted only one time today, and that was blocked. So we don't want to get in that situation again.
Oh,
incomplete.
Into traffic.
Boy, he sure did throw it into traffic. He was trying to get it to Navy Curry, I believe.
couple of Virginia Union players banging heads out there. Great defense. Donald Gatling was one of them.
Jamari Melendez the other.
Yeah, I think they banged each other. Let's watch on the replay. Hangs it up there, basically throws it in double coverage. Bam! Right there, all three of them taking a little Hawaiian punch.
It is 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 37. Their own 37, trailing 41-7.
And Charlie, that front line right there, they have not made it easy on any of the Kentucky State quarterbacks. Pressure, pressure, pressure. They know what kind of, that quarterback, I'll tell you, in the first half, Denham, he knows what kind of mouthwash these guys up front use. They've just been up in his grill.
They certainly have.
And now Ganius getting a little taste of that.
New quarterback in there. That's intercepted. There's a pick six.
That's gone.
Should be a pick six. And that is Donald Gatling bringing it back for Virginia Union, 45 yards.
Yeah, Charlie, he was doing the old Babe Ruth. I'm calling this one to the end zone. He slowed up, pointed, and then took it to the house because he knew the only person he had to beat was the quarterback, and he had a big man out in front. But he timed that perfectly. He stepped up there, and he kind of played, coy, leaned back, made it look like the receiver was open, and he took that one off to the races. Well played all day by Donald Gatling. Let's take another look at that. Like I say, made it appear like the receiver was open. He just came zapping right up there. And then look at that. See, points out there.
Yeah, he had he had 2 interceptions a year ago, and he adds to that total, picking up where he left off a year ago. Gatling had one 45-yard interception for a touchdown against Elizabeth City last year.
So last year,
he had 2 interceptions, one of them for a touchdown. He already starts off pretty good this year.
Yeah, and Charlie, this defense with a lot of returning experience. Last season, they led the CIAA with 18 interceptions, including a league best 3 taken back for touchdowns. Now, thanks to Gatling, they've already got 1 and 1 for a touchdown. That's how you do it. A lot to celebrate on their side.
48-7. It'll be a nice 8-hour bus ride back to Richmond, Virginia after this one. When you come in and you have to take the bus, which they did.
Yeah, right.
It's right down 64. So it's pretty easy.
But you know what? You have a big party like this. You turn up the box. You get the music going. You got the good vibes. Maybe some brothers will be dancing. Others might be taking a little nap. But that's how you want to start out the season. They, again, had that bad taste in their mouth after that first-round playoff loss last year. This is a nice way to start it because they have one clear mission this year, win the national title.
It's going to be interesting because, again, they wanted to start like in mid-season form. 1:30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. But more importantly, they're going to get a pretty good test next week when they play the Coastal American Conference team, Hampton University, down at Hampton.
Yeah, that will be a good battle, too. But like you say, getting that good start, building some momentum. Again, they're a seasoned team. They've got a lot of veterans back, and that's why Coach Dr. Alvin Parker feels good about this team's chances this year. If he could have just kept going, turned that corner.
Yeah, it would have been great. That's Roscoe Parrish on the return. Skyron Thomas on the stop defensively after an 11-yard run. And it's 1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So, Charlie, the question is now, do they stick? Does Coach Parker stick with Jada Byers? Or, last year he could have had a lot more yards, but they actually had.
And that's one of the things. That's one of the things I talked to him about because he was in the running for that Harlan Hill Trophy.
Yes.
And he did pull him a lot of times.
Yeah.
So that did not help his cause in terms of that award.
Yeah, and their defense helping the cause today. Look at that. Since last season, now they have 4 interceptions. That is one of the top marks in Division II football, but that is a great ball-hawking defense. And when you're known for that, man, you put pressure on quarterbacks. That front line deserves a lot of that effort, a lot of that credit.
Trying to turn the corner this time was Salim, and Roland Manley was there to make the stop defensively for Virginia Union. Maybe a yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Virginia Union really coming up with a total package today, Charlie. They look strong as they always do on offense, and equally as impressive, their defense today. Pressure up front, good coverage, interception for a touchdown, not allowing much to happen. So this is the kind of season you can jump out to a start like this, catch fire, and make a big run.
They just brought in Jared von Stam, a freshman out of Hamburg, Germany, on the offensive line.
Sounds
Comes
like
in
a
at
German name.
6'3", 315 pounds. He went to IMG Academy down in Florida.
It's a big man.
Under a minute to go here. in the third quarter. Here's a pass. Another interception. This time coming up with it is Jalen Mayo. Mayo goes to the house for 6. 25 yards on this one.
Great anticipation. Well played across the board. That one they forced. They got a new quarterback in there. He's young. He's new. Coach Felton saying, brother, like, take your time. Don't force the ball. But he quick released it and gave it up to the defense and gave it up for the big one right there. Man, that's a tough way to do it. But I'm telling you, their defense is clicking on all signals. Jalen Mayo making it happen. You see this here. Again, pressure coming in there. Mayo just read it perfectly and said, this one's easy money. Trotting in, lighting it up.
So for the point after, the kick is up, and it is good by Brady Myers, and the lead goes to 55-7.
Really putting it down. But you know what I love about Coach Felton Huggins, the positivity. He's still over there smiling. He knows, look, we got a lot to learn, but this is a challenge for a coach. When you come out, young players, only his second year leading this team, how do you keep their heads and their hearts from not just taking a beating and then working against them negatively? So, again, he's a motivator. He's going to talk to his quarterbacks, try to keep them feeling good despite this scoreboard today, but you got to work. You learn lessons. When you take losses, you try to learn from them. Wins, you learn what you already know. When you lose, you got to learn something.
And since the start of last season, Virginia Union with 5 interceptions that they brought back for a touchdown. Not just intercepted them. Right. They put 6 points on the board, and they were tied for most in Division II.
And they had all of last season 3. They've got 2 in their first game today. So this defense, very, very impressive, going lockstep with their offense. So you talk about power and experience on both sides of the ball. Explosive, Charlie. This team is going to be reckoned with all year long.
15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. How demoralizing is this for if you're a Kentucky State team and this is your season opener? And they've done pretty good last year winning their season opener.
That's a great question. That's a great question, Charlie. And that's where you look to the head coach, Felton Huggins. How does he keep his kids' heads in this? So how tough is this? No one likes to lose like that. Yeah, it's embarrassing. It doesn't feel good. But the key is, how do you come back and be stronger? This week, look at game film. Learn where you can get better as they try to make something happen on the kickoff return.
And a good return that time.
But you're right, Charlie. They got to now mentally and emotionally try to rebound from this as well.
Yeah, Roscoe Parrish on that return. But, I mean, again, we talk about Coach Parker, what he's done. In 2018, they were 8-2. In 2019, 7-3, 21, 6-4. 2022, they were 9-2, went to the NCAA playoffs, and last year, 10-2, went to the NCAA playoffs, including winning the CIAA championship.
Please give a hearty DTU welcome to our Discover the Unexpected Fellows.
My name is Joseph Tilley.
Imani Waters. Aaron Gardner.
Stephon Young-Grove.
Maddie Moore. Amaya Fountain.
Juwan Ben Jr.
Kennedy Jackson.
Harrison Buck.
Kayla Hare.
This is an 8-year journey between the NMPA and General Motors that has proven to be transformative.
For me this summer, it's really about leaving an impact within the NMPA, Chevrolet.
I am really excited to be part of the fellowship this year. I'm grateful. This is like very grand and very big for my first one.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Thanks to Skyrizi, I'm on my way with clearer skin. 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
back here in Kentucky State with head coach Felton Huggins Jr. Now, coach, you told me pregame that the motto this season is close the gap.
Yeah.
The score is what it is.
Yeah.
But talk to me about how you can still accomplish that.
Well, we got a rude awakening. That's why they're the number 14 team in the nation for a reason. You just can't talk about what you're going to do. You got to come out here and put action towards being a great team. And they're a great team. And our guys got to dose reality real quick and finding out that, hey, you just can't talk a big game. You got to go out there and show it when the pads come on. And we're not doing that right now. And I'm glad we got this. That's why we decided to schedule this game. We wanted to play the best so we could see where we at. And now we know where we at. Now we got to finish and close the gap.
Thank you so much, Coach Huggins, and good luck in the fourth quarter.
And it won't get any
Back
easier for Coach Huggins next week as they travel to SWAC territory and take on Alabama A&M down in Huntsville, Alabama. They'll be on the road the following week at Fort Valley and then at Albany State before they come back home. Their next home game is October 5th, rather, against Lane. So they have a 3-game road swing after today. A 7-yard gain. It'll be second down and 7, rather. 3-yard gain, rather. Isaac Anderson on the carry. But again, when you look at the team stats, Kentucky State with only 8 first downs, a total of 81 yards, 535 total yards for Virginia Union, and 21 first downs.
Big punishing hits up front as Kai Nelson tries to break through. A swarm of VUU defenders pounding on him there. They're not giving up anything.
A loss of 1. Third down, and we'll call it 8 at the 32, 33-yard line. 34-yard line. Again, he's leaving Juan Ganius, who's thrown 2 interceptions for touchdowns.
Right.
He's thrown a couple touchdowns.
Going the wrong way.
Wrong way. He left him in there. He's going back to pass once again.
He's got it, man. A little bit if he can put it out there.
Trying to get it to Kyle Anderson, and Anderson overthrew. He was open. He had a step on the defense, but the ball was a little bit too big.
Kill Anderson's showing he can run, he can get open. They just got to connect and put the ball on him. But they just have not found any type of real rhythm, Charlie. Game 1 playing a great team. As Coach Huggins was pointing out, man, we got pounded today. But I like his attitude. He's talking about, look, this is what you do. You take that whooping. It reminds me when I was a kid, my mama would have me go get a switch so she could beat my butt. You know what? I learned from it. I'll never forget what I learned from it, and I got better. That's what Coach Huggins is trying to instill in these young men.
I'm glad I grew up in Philadelphia. They didn't have any switches.
That's right. I used to take about 3-4 hours looking for that switch, too. She'd be like, Johnny, where are you at? But Coach Huggins, that's the kind of guy he is. Felton Huggins and that positivity, man. He's going to get them some great lessons out of that beat.
Kyron Thomas with the fair catch. Virginia Union with the ball when we come back.
The biggest comedy stars.
The Earth is full of mystery. It's like something out of a science fiction movie.
It's odd.
Explore the mysteries that shape our planet.
A Category 5 hurricane has the power to destroy everything.
And see what really makes the world go round. You are about to witness the most amazing 24 hours on Earth.
Mysterious Earth Week begins Monday, September 23rd at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Questions, government. This is gonna hurt.
Hold them as long as you can.
You're a deer in the jungle here, my boy.
Join in on the action. Watch free on Local Now.
T2 is the 24/7 free streaming network from Tennis Channel.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
T2 brings you bonus live and encore match coverage from WTA and ATP tournaments on hard courts, grass, and clay. T2 takes you off the court too, with bold, fresh, and lively programming featuring tennis's top stars. T2, available now on Local Now.
I'm
I'm Katie Osborne.
And I'm Colette Davis.
And this is Helping Hands Garage.
So you ready to get started? Ready! Join us as we find hardworking people with projects that are gathering dust in the garage.
Plus, we'll tell the stories of these vehicles that make them so special to the owners.
Enjoy this moment. And then we'll bring in some helping hands to get these builds back on track.
Catch back-to-back premieres of Helping Hands Garage Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
Jim Moten, John Kelly, I'm Charlie Neal here. As we have 13 minutes, a little over 13 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. And it's Virginia Union with a big lead. They've scored 55 unanswered points. The last two coming on pick sixes. And they have it first down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. New quarterback in the lineup for the Panthers is
look at him go.
Mark Wright. And they give it off the right side.
Jeremiah Francis out there, taking the rock and making some damage on that defense.
They're making things happen. Jeremiah Francis, the running back. You got a lot of new people, new faces, and you can afford to do that when you have a big lead like this.
Well, this is what you do. You get that playing time. Quarterback Mark Wright in there, 5'10", 195 senior out of Atlanta, Georgia. Get him some reps now. If anything happens to R.J. Rosales, he'll be ready.
Straight into the line. They keep the ball on the ground. And again, on the carry this time for Virginia Union is Roberto Alvarez. We've seen him carry the ball a couple times today.
That's right. You know, I imagine, as you alluded to earlier, Jada Byers oftentimes, because of his big days, gets some rest. And they've got a lot of big games this year coming up. No use beating him into the ground.
Second down and 10. Steve McKinney was the man in motion, the fullback. Bouncing to the outside. And a flag goes down. Late flag as Trevin Pope made the stop on Roberto Alvarez. A gain of 12 on the play. Let's see what the flag is. Normally when there's flag thrown like that, it's normally holding. And it is.
There you go. Got your crystal ball.
11:34.
He's a silent assassin, our referee. We haven't heard of him all day long.
You got to work on that mic back. Maybe get some new batteries.
Second down and 20 now for Virginia Union. Again, we're seeing the backups in the lineup right now. Byers is done for the day. Looks like Curtis Allen is done for the day. Byers with over 200 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns.
R.J. Rosales, a career day quarterback, taking a break, getting some Gatorade. But this is important. Early in the year, get some experience for your backups because they need to be ready. They need to get reps. Practice is okay. Game time counts. And look at him go.
Into the secondary, taking a page out of Jada Byers' book. And he picked up a first down before Tracy Blackman made the stop. A gain of 18.
The front line, he
didn't get a first down.
The big Hog's doing a great job, though, of really opening that up. Yeah, after that penalty, his big chunk didn't get the first down. But the front line on both sides of the ball for Virginia Union today, outstanding. Power, low to the ground, making it happen.
And this pass is complete to Francis, and he gets the first down. Coming out of the backfield, Deshaun Tisdale on the stop, a gain of 10. First down and 10, Virginia Union.
And Coach Alvin Parker talked about his team being motivated after losing early in the playoffs last year. Day one, Monday, they were back in that gym, and their mission has been, we got to get back. They didn't like that early loss, so they wanted to come out this year, change all that in this first game. If it's any indication, these guys are going to be a force.
Back to pass is right. Looking in the end zone.
Oh, they might flag that.
They did. First pass interference in the end zone.
Yep.
And the intended receiver was Keon Davis, number 19 there. Freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia's Newton High.
Yeah, he was turning towards the ball, and they just, at this point, when you're going to get beat like that, better to take a penalty.
That was Pope that was
better to take
covered.
a penalty than give up the touchdown. Yeah, Pope and all the madness, he's had a solid game back there doing his thing, but on that one, almost a smart play because, again, I'd rather take that penalty any day than 6 points, and he was starting to get beat. since we can't hear him, we don't know. But
pass interference.
Yeah, they got 2 flags,
defense.
right?
Well, 2 people dropped their flag.
Yeah.
For the same play.
Same play, okay.
Both people saw pass interference. 10 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this one.
Yeah, that's what, you know what?
That's
get away with that
pass
for a
interference.
half second, but
That's
they're going to
holding.
catch you eventually.
That's a bunch of stuff going on there.
Yeah, that was actually.
And it's all illegal.
Yeah, that was Isaiah Clay there grabbing onto him, and not Pope on that
That'll
one.
give you 99 years with no TV.
There you go. That's right. That is abuse.
So the ball is spotted at the 8-yard line, 7-yard line, where to be first down and goal for Virginia Union. Jerome Jones in the backfield. Ball at the 7. And rolling right. Throws complete. And it's complete to Jeremiah Francis. He's not going to get there.
Yeah, swarm of defenders coming up. That was good pursuit there. They had that little dump pass trying to get it to their tight end on the swing pass, but great pursuit. That's the kind of defense they need, the pressure, the pursuit. But no, most of the day has been all Virginia Union.
Second and goal at the 5-yard line. Last year, this Virginia Union team was 10-1, 7-1. And one of the things when you talk to Coach Parker, he talks about what makes this team so strong is the experience of the people coming back and the depth that they have. And you can see the depth right now.
Absolutely. Well, when you have 9 starters back on defense, 8 on offense, and they're punching it in.
And a touchdown is gained on that run that time from 5 yards out.
Double J, Jerome Jones, the workhorse in the middle.
Number 6. There he goes.
Yeah, this is almost the perfect setting for Virginia Union right now. You got your stars in there. They're doing it, lighting it up. You've got your defense pounding it for you. Then you're getting backups, quality, valuable time. They're going to see almost a complete quarter to run the table and really get those reps. So this is ideal for Dr. Alvin Parker and his team to come in here, come away with a huge victory, but get a lot of playing time for a lot of people.
62 points they put up on the board against this Kentucky State team here in the fourth quarter. And a 65-yard drive. And it culminates after 8 plays with 3:57 off the clock. And the lead right now is 62-7.
Okay, trainees, let's work on our fast and friendly claim service.
Eyes on the phone now.
Look alive, Drew.
Your repairs have been scheduled. Nice.
Yes, you'll get a rental car on site.
Heads up. Oh, I'm going to turn this down to an 8. My bad.
We can do this all day. Geico claim service is 24/7. Nice catch.
Your claim has been approved. Your claim has been approved.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
1, 2, seal, ziplock and a move. 3, 4, slide and store. 5, 6, toss and mix. 7, 8, let it shake.
The only bag with the Easy Guide seal. Ziploc. Unlock life. SC Johnson.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
The best free streaming service is here. Local Now has everything you need with the channels you love.
This is a game changer.
Local news, national news, TV, and more. Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
62-7 to score here. And talking about this Virginia Union team, they've had the ball 10 times today, and they scored on 7 possessions. They had an interception their first possession. They opened the game getting the opening kickoff. They had a missed field goal, and then they had a block punt. So other than that, they've been very, very productive.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's been, one of those things that you want to see. You come out early and make it happen. And these guys are hitting on all cylinders.
There you're looking at Roscoe Parrish. He's been doing the yeoman's work is returning kicks today. He's been busy because Virginia Union has kicked off a lot of times.
They've been busy too, right? Yeah.
Myers' leg has got to be tired. All these kickoffs. Comes down to Parrish again. Parrish not going to get away this time. He's going to be dropped right at about the 18-yard line. Let's go down to Laurencia. What's up?
Yeah, you guys, we're seeing Virginia Union have a lot of success, and part of that may be because of the team bonding activity that they take part in during the season. So, some teams go bowling or have cookouts, but for this team, they do something very unique. Coach Alvin Parker told me that they visit a different church every Sunday. Now, faith is his stronghold, and he's able to transfer that to his players. And they're currently on their 4th church that they're visiting, so they're exploring the city of Richmond, and it's clearly transferring on the field.
No question. That Virginia Union team is founded in 1865, believe it or not, as the Richmond Theological Institute. The school is located in Richmond, Virginia, sitting on 84 acres. We talked about them earlier. But as far as Kentucky State is concerned, they were founded in 1886, and they have 900 acres of land here in Frankfort, and a student enrollment of 1,800 in the capital city of the state. The president is Kofi Akakpo. So,
Virginia Union, look at that, man. Under 100 yards allowed, 4 sacks, tackling them all day for losses, and obviously those 2 interceptions both returned for touchdowns. And I love the story Laurencia shared, though, about getting to church, the faith, and building that bonding and helping a lot of guys that aren't from the area find a church, try to find their tribe, their congregation. And that is so important, especially as a young person, to find that extra community. And I love the fact that they do that every Sunday.
There's no question. But going back, they're going to re-kick it again. I think it was an offsides penalty against Virginia Union. And I guess
moved it back.
They moved it back a few yards. And again, we talk about this Kentucky State team. We got a chance to meet their new athletic director. Grant Stepp came on board replacing Raymond Johnson. He's fairly new, few months here as the athletic director of Kentucky State. They had a pretty good cross-country and track and field team that had been serving as the interim director. That is Raymond Johnson. So he steps away and Grant Stepp takes over. School won 3 national basketball championships back in 1970, 71, 72. Fair catch called for by Roscoe Parrish. They'll get the ball at the 25.
See if they can dial a little something up in this 4th quarter, maybe finish on a high note, get some momentum, and actually get a positive to take away to build on.
Some of the most prominent officials or alumni from Kentucky State, John Merritt, big-time football coach at Tennessee State for many years. Harrison Wilson, president of Norfolk State, coached at Jackson State, and is Russell Wilson's grandfather.
That's a cool story.
Yeah, that's a great story. Davey Whitney, the Wiz, they called him. He was a basketball coach a long time at Alcorn State. He went to Kentucky State. Mike Bernard won a couple championships, coached in the CIAA and the MEAC. Mike Bernard coached at Norfolk State, also coached at Fayetteville State. And the last lady, you saw Yingluck Shinawatra, the first female prime minister of Thailand, a graduate of
Charlie,
Kentucky State.
Congratulations on that pronunciation. That was unbelievable, man. Looked like someone kicked the Scrabble board. You nailed it like you've been talking to her all your life. Well done, man.
And that was Niall Johnson on the carry, gain of 6 yards for the Thoroughbreds. And there's Mr. Stepp, the new athletic director. Been on board about 5 months. Has his hands full. Next week, this Panther team will be, like I said, at Alabama A&M. Then they'll take on Fort Valley and Albany State.
Yeah, being an AD, that job never sleeps. From football to administration to funding to players to coaches. So you got to eat your Wheaties and take your Flintstone vitamins for that job.
No question about that, John. Still having hope, still looking over the sideline, trying to get something to happen is Juan Ganius, who took over for Denham Johnson, who started the game for Kentucky State at quarterback. There he goes. Here's a pass out in the flat and dropped.
Got to have that, son.
Dropped. You can't let those get through your hands. under no circumstances.
Yeah, Samuel Mono on that one just took his eye off the ball there. Should have been an easy pitch and catch, but it slipped through, hit him right in the chest.
Mono. Yeah, you're down by a lot. 55 points.
Yeah, and you know, even like a pass like that, you're down by a bunch. And then all of a sudden, you know, you're throwing a little swing pass out to the flat. At this point, got to start firing it up, taking some chances here.
4th down punting situation. Glover, who does all the kicking for Kentucky State, will be kicking it away. Kyron Thomas is the deep man for Virginia Union. And again, Laurencia, John, and I will be in Grambling, Louisiana next week for more HBCU football right here on HBCU Go.
She's full of unexpected
The Earth is full of mystery. It's like something out of a science fiction movie.
It's odd.
Explore the mysteries that shape our planet.
A Category 5 hurricane has the power to destroy everything.
And see what really makes the world go round. You are about to witness the most amazing 24 hours on Earth. Mysterious Earth Week begins Monday, September 23rd at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Here I am on top of the world of Amsterdam. It's winter wonderland in Park City. We're in Panama.
MyDestination.tv is your passport to the world.
Check your local listings.
The best free streaming service is here. Local Now has everything you need with the channels you love.
This is a game changer.
Local news, national news, TV, and more. Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
Watch Justice with Judge Maybelline. She's fair.
Why did you ask him to go to work for you instead of going to work yourself?
She's firm.
Where is any information about the company?
She's human. And in her courtroom, she's not afraid to tell it like it is.
Excuse me.
Maybelline has a different style that people relate to, and she knows how to get the job done.
Judgment for the defender.
Don't miss Justice with Judge Maybelline. Check your local listings.
Sabemos lo importante que es tu día.
Muy buenas, soy el meteorólogo Edgar Martínez. Bienvenidos.
The Weather Channel en español te mantiene informado con pronósticos, noticias del clima y cómo el tiempo afectará tu día. Ahora con más información en vivo y con las últimas noticias, estarás más preparado que nunca. The Weather Channel en español, tu lugar de confianza para el pronóstico del tiempo.
Back here in Frankfort, Kentucky, along with Laurencia Moten and John Kelly.
We have the legend Charlie Neal.
At the 25-yard line, Virginia Union. 2023, they were second in the conference in scoring offense. They had 4 games over 45 points. They had 3 games over 50, and what a way to start this season.
Off to a running start. And that's, you know, that's got to feel good. You have a long spring, and then you come back in the fall, which feels abbreviated these days. To be hitting on all cylinders, a lot to feel good about. Long season ahead.
For 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and that's a first down run by Jerome Jones.
A
gain of 13.
I like that work. He was, you know, shaking and baking inside there, running downhill, picking up the yards, and like you say, Charlie, picking up where Jada Byers and Curtis Allen left off. So it's nice to see they go deep at that position.
612 yards for them today. Their record is 623, I believe
They
it is.
should beat that.
And there's Jones again on the carry, maybe a yard, and that's it, as he stopped by Mark Flores, junior out of Gary, Indiana. Gain of 1. Second down and 9.
Man, they're chewing up the yards like, you know, somebody eating like they just got out of prison. They're just really going and going and going. They're taking everything to get their hands on. That's right. There's a hungry, hungry offense. How about that? So they're on their way possibly to a school record. 600-plus yards, man. That is bringing the wood.
Again, straight ahead, keeping it on the ground. Again is Jones on the carry. And Jones stopped by Elijah Henderson, but not before he picks up the first down.
Virginia Union, they have been punishing on both sides of the ball. And again, we cannot emphasize enough the experience making all that difference. You can tell the tone that Dr. Alvin Parker, the head coach, when we had him for our talk this week, he was calm, cool, and collected, man. He was cool breeze. He was like, yeah, we just do what we do, want to see what we can build on. And they've, again, put that championship in their eyes. They want to repeat, not only the CIAA, but they want to go deep into the playoffs and win the whole thing.
624 is the total yards these Panthers have put up today. And again, there's Jones in the secondary, and Jones has another first down inside the 35 to the 34. Trevon Pope finally coming up to make the stop for the Panthers. Correction, for the Thoroughbreds.
That's right. Look at this. He finds the opening. There was a nice cut off that. And I like that. Running after contact. Banging people, getting those extra yardage. Offensive coordinators love to see their running backs munching up the yard.
And Mr. Jones has to be saying, I can't wait till Jada Byers leaves.
That's right. He's like, let him get his 5,000 yards, win all the awards, and give me the rock.
They just set a record.
There it is.
Kentucky State just calls a timeout, but they have set, that is Virginia Union, a school record for rushes, or for total yards, I should say, in a contest,
600 plus on the way to 700 yards. It's an impressive display they put on here. Now, again, you give them credit for keeping it tight, looking good. It's just really exposing Kentucky State where they need some help on both sides of the ball. But their defense has been given a clinic right now. Lots to look at in the film room, lots to work on for Felton Huggins and his team. And I do think he will have some real learning points that he needs to point out.
You talk about alumni from Virginia Union. You look at the top three there. They're all basketball guys from the NBA. And Ben Wallace, of course, went into the Basketball Hall of Fame last year. Then you've got Charles Oakley, Terry Davis. Yeah, they're all coming out of Virginia Union. Doug Wilder, the former mayor of the city of Richmond and the governor of the state of Virginia, is a graduate of Virginia Union University. And Walter Fauntroy, who was a civil rights leader and a former U.S. congressman, also a graduate of Virginia Union University. So, and plus there's a whole lot more. A.J. English, I could go on, and the list goes on and on and on.
And I highly recommend for anybody who just to educate yourselves, go see some of this. I love that we can show the rich history, some of the great people that have been game changers in our world that have attended historically black colleges and universities. You'll be amazed when you look at it. There's Pulitzer Prize and Nobel Prize winners. There are people that from the history to Martin Luther King Jr. It's just amazing when you think about it.
Well, next week we'll see Tuskegee. They have a young lady named Alice Coachman, who was a heck of a track star, won a gold medal in London back in 1948. She's a product of Tuskegee University, so we'll get a chance to talk about her. And of course, we know Grambling has had a lot of alum coming out of there. And of course, in addition to Tuskegee, on the athletic side, you got Lionel Richie, people like that. We'll get a chance to talk about them next week.
Absolutely. I mean, the lists go on and on. Booker T. Washington, it's glorious.
Second down and 2. Here's another new running back.
Getting some new blood in there, young blood running. That looks like Michael McGee, possibly.
Michael McGee on the carry.
I've been listed as a defensive back, but they said, why don't you go in the backfield and go get yourself some, son.
And they're threatening to put some more points on the board. They already have 62 up there. If they don't miss the extra point, they may have 70 points in this game. And now a timeout. It's a 2-minute timeout. Again, it's not a 2-minute warning, but in college football this year, it's a 2-minute timeout. And we'll be back. The final 2 minutes of this one will end mercifully.
It's not just about how you get there, but what you make happen along the way. Introducing the 2024 F-150. A tradition of excellence, where strength and adaptability meet. Your journey, your legacy to define. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
You might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities, bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Tuskegee University Golden Tigers take on the Grambling State Tigers Saturday, September 7th, 7/6 Central. Watch on HBCUGo.tv.
We present our Verizon Player of the Game. I don't think it's going to be any question of who's going to. It's not going to be the backup quarterback for Kentucky State.
It's that man again, Jada Byers. How about that? 14 carries, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns, career touchdown number 50. He now has 8 games over 200 yards. That's why he's over 4,000 for his career, rolling towards 5G.
And Mark Wright stays in the quarterback. With 2 minutes to go. Ball at the 17-yard line. They get to 16. First down and 10 for Virginia Union. They got a false start, it looked like. And they throw the ball. I didn't think they would do that. You're talking about pouring it on. I don't say I'm in favor of that. As that touchdown was grabbed.
Well, you know, Charlie, it's a tough thing for a coach because you want to let the guys get reps and work on what they need to do. But, you know, again, you try to be respectful for the other team. But, you know, with the way they brought it down the field and they were running most of the time and then a throw at the end, didn't feel like they were working on running it up. But at that point, who knows? You know, you let good players play and they're going to score.
So it was a 7-yard pass play. 16-yard pass play. And it was Malachi Summer. Kick is up. And it is good. I didn't believe that they were going to throw the ball.
Yeah, you know, here. And the other side of that is, again, I'm not trying to defend the score going like that, but at the same time, Mark Wright, he needs to get some reps. They want him in game situations to try to have his moments where he can field the defense, make the calls, and, you know, it just doesn't feel like they're running it up. I hate to see a team have to take that beating, but at the same time, you can't expect someone just to lay down. They're just, you know, running small, short plays, and they happen to score.
Yeah. That's all you can say.
Yeah, and, you know, look, if I'm on the other side and I'm taking that beating, I'm like, man, give them props. Bringing it to us. We got a lot of work to do. Learning experience.
So that was a 16 capping a 7-play, 75-yard drive. And use up 3:40 off the clock. But again, when you're up 62 to 7, you know, you just hate to see them pour it on like that. You could have kneeled down and let the clock run out.
Yeah, and word is, we heard from a couple of people, possibly he may have audibled on that too, so they might have just been ready to punch it up in there. But if he calls an audible, sees something, I can't blame a young quarterback for doing that. Get your plays on, read the defense, make the right call. Don't let the scoreboard, you know, put cold water on your attack.
New person kicking off for Virginia Union right now. That is Jose Hernandez, who just kicked off. So this will be Kentucky State's 7th possession of the second half. 12-yard return. The ball is spotted at about the 18-yard line. So as a team, and we're talking about Kentucky State, you've been in these situations as a player. What do you learn from a game like this?
You know, there's a lot of things you learn. You're not maybe where you need to be. You also learn that you have to right now figure out where you are at talent-wise. A head coach will have to look at that now. And for some of these young guys, look across that line, see what they're doing. Look at that work ethic. Look at them hitting the gym and how they play during a game. So you try to learn while you're taking that beating. Not a fun lesson, but that's how you get bigger, better, stronger by playing against the best.
On the other side, for Virginia Union, how do you keep the egos in check?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. As we take a look at Kentucky State's schedule the rest of the way, Virginia Union right now, I'm not worried about them in that realm because they're veterans. They know what happened last year in the playoffs. That's still a bitter taste in their mouth. You lose in the first round 2 years in a row, you want to come out and dominate. So they're not going to get big heads. This is business as usual. So they're just going to keep chugging along and make it happen.
You saw that game against Morehouse. That is not going to be here on campus. That actually is going to be in the Chicago Football Classic against Morehouse in Chicago, Illinois on the 21st of September. Less than a minute and a half to go in this one. Knox on the stop defensively. 19 seconds is the time remaining. I think they're just walking off the field right now. I don't think there's going to be any more plays called. I don't think Kentucky State's going to call any more plays. Clock is running down. So it's going to be very interesting to see going forward. And again, we talked about they don't come back home. That is Kentucky State to play another game until.
Yeah, they're on the road for a little while.
Yeah, it's in October because they do play Morehouse in Indianapolis in the Chicago Football Classic. Virginia Union, meanwhile, they're at Hampton next week. Then they have a home game against Shaw, Winston-Salem, Elizabeth City. Then they go up to Philadelphia, just outside of Philadelphia, to play Lincoln. They go to Bowie State. Bluefield State is at home, and then at Virginia State. So when you look back at this game and you try to get some semblance of what you brought from it, what do you take from this game, John?
Like I say, tale of two completely different ball games. One, a seasoned veteran team that comes in, 9 returning starters on defense, 8 returning starters on offense. They took care of business. This was very much a business trip for them. Pick up where they left off, winning that CIAA championship, and get it back into gear, not like they did in the playoffs. They've been working hard. They've been balancing what they need to do. They feel good going forward. Great start for Virginia Union. On the other side, second-year head coach Felton Huggins, man, he knows this was a real reality check. He talked about his team feeling good about themselves, all the stuff maybe at practice, slapping high fives, chest bumping. You come into a game and you get the wood brought to you. You get punched in the mouth over and over. That is a reality wake-up call. Get to the film session. Look at where you're, maybe a couple of few flashes, but there's a lot of work ahead. And this is about building culture, and that's where Felton Huggins really wants to focus on his team to reboot that culture, but become that winning mentality off the field and on the field. They've got some work on the field, but that's part of the process. New coach, new system. It takes time, Charlie Neal.
62-point victory for Virginia Union. And, of course, like I said, doesn't get any easier for either one of these teams because, of course, they're playing a FCS team, that is the Panthers, next week at Hampton University. But, again, if Hampton's watching, they got to figure out a way to stop this lethal running game that they have.
And no one has yet. Rarely can they do that. So, again, when you've got that much power back there and great runners, it makes it tough. So it's going to be fun watching BUU all year long.
674 yards for Virginia Union, just 90 total yards for Kentucky State. We invite you to join us next Saturday. We head to Grambling, Louisiana. Tuskegee takes on Grambling State, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on HBCU Go. For Laurencia Moten and John Kelly, Charlie Neal, thanks for tuning in.